fact that I thought Pfizer was going to have an upside. Maybe Moderna does. It's obviously a harder thing to make. And by the way, we stopped hearing about therapeutics entirely. What's going on?
Yeah, there was a period of time, as you know, where I thought that those therapeutics, that oral antiviral that Merck is working on, for example, and some others that are out there, not to mention monoclonal antibodies, although that was a supply issue from the beginning for the likes of Lilly or Regeneron. But you thought too, that they would be the bridge that got us to the vaccine, that they would be out prior to it. Now, in the case of the monoclonal antibody cocktails, that's the case, but not this oral antiviral. Doesn't mean there isn't going to be a market for it, Jim, because unfortunately people are going to continue to get COVID,
right? Even
when the vaccine is around. But it is not what we thought it might be at one point, which was sort of that way to get us approaching normal prior to the vaccines. Those vaccines have come very quickly.
Yeah, Len Schleifer was on a lot from Regeneron, and I was getting quite hopeful that the drug that the president took that had him bounce back quickly would be in the hands of men. I don't know where it is. I don't think maybe the federal government has it, Carl. I don't know where the stockpile of Regeneron pills is. Where is it?
Well, it's got to be infused, right? So the
Regeneron, yes, it's got to be. I'll take the infusion. I mean, the infusion. So what? You take the infusion, you get better.
Yeah.
You need a higher, obviously, you need a bed at the hospital.
But it's hard to make. So there's not that many doses of it. Not that much of it available.
Well, we need it, Carl. We need it because the numbers are going to be pretty staggering, and I think it's going to hurt the sentiment for a little bit when we see Thanksgiving. The numbers that have come from Thanksgiving, we don't know those yet. By the way, I've got a solution for everything. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's a company called Visby, V-I-S-B-Y. I had them on air, Carl. They've got the use protection of the FDA. It's a handheld PCR, one time only. Gives you a reading in 15 minutes. The FDA sanctions that it is the same as a regular PCR. And what happens is, obviously, if you keep testing people, there's that window where you're infected, but you can't infect. And that's making it so that people go home who've gotten it, but haven't given it. Visby, V-I-S-B-Y, as they ramp up, this is the company to watch. No one's talking about it. It's private. But it can be the answer. They can ramp up for millions of handheld PCRs. A regular PCR machine is the size of a sofa. Think about the way we do testing this, Carl. You feel like, well, you get your test on Tuesday, you get the results, say, on Friday. Well, during that period, you don't test people. VISBY. Get used to it. This is the term you've been hearing.
That's huge, Jim, for two reasons. One is, the argument increasingly is, all right, maybe something like that is not as effective in terms of determining whether you are sick, but if you can replace it with scale, more testing, even that sacrifice of efficiency of the test itself, it can be offset just by doing more tests at home, testing more Americans, eliminating that period where you're asymptomatic but spreading.
Yeah, this is, I don't know what the NFL's using, but they're testing every day. I know they have some COVID outbreaks, but geez, this guy should have had millions. But no, I think that they're pulling people away who have been near someone.
Hey guys, how's it going? Let me post this up to all the social media. Actually, let me set my alerts real quick so that let's pause this for a second. I will turn on my alerts for US30 just in case we have an entry that appears, at some time during this. While I'm sending out these links. 6:35. So we got about 15 minutes for the next candle to close. Let me go ahead and send this out to all the social media guys. And once I send it out, then we can get started. I got to delete all these alerts. We had so many TPs last week, guys. I forgot to turn off all of these alerts. Hopefully you guys took my GBP pairs from last night. We hit full TP on both GJ and GN. So we're up 140 profits this morning, guys. It's only Monday morning. I saw the opportunity last night. Generally we usually don't take that many trades on Sunday because the market's slow, but I did see that we were going to have this huge opportunity and I decided to give you guys the call and it worked out perfectly. So you guys can see right here, GJ, it dropped right through our TP. I should have probably not put a TP and just let it run, but there's no reason for us to get greedy. That was our TP right there, full TP for 40 pips. And then our GN over here full TP for 100 pips. So I caught that. Hopefully you guys caught it with me, because a lot of us are deep in profit already just to kick off the trading week. So let me go ahead and send this on the rest of our social media real quick, guys. Let me make sure it's pinned on all of the groups over here. Let's see. Let's pin this so everyone knows. Just want to make sure, because there's a lot of people that don't realize that we have this, this daily webinar, and a lot of you guys are making a ton of profit off it. So I want to make sure that everyone is aware. Let's pin this on everything, just so that everyone can get the notification and whatnot. So I think that's the last one. This would be the last one, and then I'm gonna post it on the Instagram real quick, guys, and then we can get started. So hopefully you guys like took those profits, because man, I woke up to a really good account this morning with all of the profits being sent out. So let me go ahead and post this on the social media real quick. Lastly, on our Instagram, and then we will be good to go. Okay. Post this here real quick. Let's see, 6:40, 6:38. So we still have some time, guys. There's no real rush right now. I do have my alerts set, so we'll be ready to take that trade once it appears. Let's get this on here real quick. All right, it's posting. All right, I think I got it ready to go. Let's let it make sure the post first. All right, guys, so let me pull up US30 real quick. So some people took the Asia entry last night. It looks real nice, guys. You guys took the Asia entry last night. I hit full TP right here. Very nice. And then if you guys took the London entry, looks like you guys are pretty deep in profit as well. You might have hit full TP actually. Almost. So I think most of you guys, if you guys took the London entry, you would have exited in profit already around TP2 for a total of 750 points. And I was just watching CNBC this morning, guys. So this would have been a full TP right here if you took, that exit. I was watching CNBC this morning. We have a signal here for US30, guys. We might have an early entry. So let's see how this plays out right here. And go ahead and analyze it real quick. So I just want to make sure that there's a rejection point right here. And there is. Perfect, guys. So we have a perfect entry right here if this sell closes right over here. Go ahead and hide this. So there we go, guys. This is a super clean entry. If we do get a sell right here, you can see the nice rejection point off here. Price came up, rejected off this price point, this price zone right here. Rejected off twice actually. And then if we have a sell signal, we're probably going to anticipate this to continue down pretty hard from right here. So we got 9 minutes left on this clock, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the chat shortly. Just gonna get this set up just in case we take this trade. Let me get my MT4 ready too, so that I can take this trade on there as well. And then we should be good to go, guys. So let me go to my Ftmo. Damn, it's crazy, guys. Just looking at the profits you made not even that long ago, just this these past 3 months have been insane. I think I made more than the past 3-5 months than I did this whole year. So we've literally been killing it. So we're 11 months in. Yeah, pretty good. All right, guys, so I'm waiting for this to close right here. I do have my my MT4 ready. So we got 8 minutes left on this clock. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chat real quick. See who's in here. Nice, nice. Morning, Greg. Morning, Gaza. Morning, Dilraj. Morning, Peter. Morning Hamza, morning Merciba, morning Alkin, morning Matt, morning Oleg, morning John, morning Felix, morning Kipon. Oh, nice, from Tokyo. I think this is one of the very few people we have from Tokyo. Morning Nicole, morning Josh, morning Victor, morning Vishnu, morning Chelsea, morning Charles, morning Flynn, morning everybody. So hope you guys had a great weekend. Hopefully you guys hopped in on my weekly chart analysis yesterday. They definitely helped, because if you guys were in that weekly chart analysis, I identified these zones right here and we had a perfect entry and we took it. So, if you guys were in that webinar, you guys took advantage of this entry, you guys would have made a ton of profit with both of us, with all of us this morning. So make sure you guys don't miss these webinars, guys. These webinars are free. There's no charge to you guys. If you guys are premium or non-premium, it's still available to you guys. And I give you guys all these nuggets every day, pretty much on, when, where to enter trades. So hopefully we have this US30 entry coming up soon. So we can get that out of the way, because sometimes we have to wait some time for that entry to appear. But if it doesn't show up right now, it's completely fine. We're just going to hold off and wait for the next opportunity. But let me keep going through here real quick. Nice. A whole bunch of people just hopped back in. Morning, Robin. Morning, Delicia. Morning, Cheryl. Morning, Fung. Morning, City. Morning, Josh. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Usman. Morning, Godfrey. Morning, Larry. Morning, Elias. Morning, Preach. Morning, John. And morning, 7 Day Ones. Nice. Let's get this money. Yeah, guys, man, we made a ton of profit last night, just like I was saying earlier. Hopefully you guys hopped in on those GBP pairs, because I shared that with the free group as well, guys. So, yeah, yesterday I sent out this, the trades here. This gift always cracks me up, guys. This kid dancing when he gets over to the wall. That's how I feel whenever we hit TP. That right there, check that out. So right here, guys, I called GJ last night and GN for 40 pips and 100 pips. They both hit full TP. And I did send it in the free group. So hopefully you guys didn't miss this trade, because I sent this trade to the premium. I also sent it to the free group. So everyone had opportunity to take advantage of this trade. You guys didn't have to be premium members. But obviously if you were a premium member, you'd get them real time and you get them right away as I take the trade. So hopefully all you guys made that profit, because I saw a lot of profits this morning and everyone's literally killed it. If I go here to my saved messages, so what I do is I save everyone's profits. Literally everyone was killing last night. So like Mark over here, he took the UK 100 entry, made 1,700. Cheryl over here, she killed it, $500 over here, taking GJ, GN, and UK 100. Tam over here, I think she's on vacation. She's always on vacation, but she took the GJ right here, made 190 off that. She started off the week with the bang right there. Again with GN, more profit. C-Suke right here, killed it with US30. And Merciba over here, also he showed me his profits for that week. Last week, he locked in 841. So great profits all around, guys. I'm happy for you guys. When one K² member wins, we all win. So that's all that matters, guys. So let me see what else over here. If there's any other questions. Let's see. Chelsea said, morning, Katie, always get this money. Nice. Let's see. Charles. Hey, all, first time joining the live trading room. Excited for a good week. Yeah, nice, Charles. Nice to have you. I know I haven't seen you around in a while. Let's see. Anyone else here? Perfect. All right, cool. So I think I've addressed everyone here. So we're still waiting for this to close right here. We got 4 minutes left on this candle. So hopefully this candle closes. If not, it's no biggie. We're going to wait for the next entry, because we're not going to rush anything. Like I mentioned, guys, you guys got to be patient with these trades, but it does look like it's going to be coming down. I was looking at CNBC right here. The COVID news is horrible, guys. It's horrible. So the Dow is probably going to drop, because we're going through a lot of shutdowns here in the US again. So if that happens, businesses aren't going to be doing so great. And obviously if the businesses aren't doing great, the US30 is not going to do great either. So check this out. It's dropping right here. Damn, this thing's dropping heavy. If it drops too heavy, guys, you might have to hold off on the entry, because the problem with a huge drop is that there's going to be some sort of retracement and you don't want to get caught in any drawdown. So if that happens, we'll probably hold off on entering the sell, and then we'll try to catch the retracement as it swings up, and then we'll put a sell stop there to catch it as it comes down. Hopefully it's a smooth move, because I don't really like waiting for late entries like that, because they're just risky. So we got 3 minutes left on the candle, guys. You guys can see my timer right here. We got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I will be entering at market if this closes. So if I do enter it, I'll let you guys know, and you guys can enter as well. So just be ready. You know, keep your eyes open in 3 minutes, guys, because this could go by fast. I got my phone ready right here. Everything looks good. So let me check this out real quick. So this is what I was discussing earlier, guys. So right here, I had this drawn up right here because I did identify this, you know, drop, pull back, drop, pull back, drop right here. So basically what I was identifying was these lower highs and lower lows being established. So basically right here, we have this high, we have this low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? So I'm anticipating this to, with the addition of this sell signal that's supposed to appear right here, if this sell signal appears, then I'm going to predict that this is gonna drop down even further. Not even here, like even way further than that, to establish a new low. So that's pretty much what we're waiting for here, guys. I do have the indicator set up. So if you guys are familiar with the K2 strategy, you guys know exactly what we're looking for. If not, I will go over that strategy later because I know we have a lot of new people here. I guess I could show you guys our flawless week last week, just using that one strategy every single day. We went 5 for 5 last week, guys. We locked in, I think, 7,500 pips in 1 week, just taking one US30 trade daily and taking no losses. We literally had no losses last week, guys. So I'll go over our results from last week because I know a lot of people were asking. And then if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to put them in the YouTube chat. I can answer any questions you guys have. You know, if you guys have anything you want me to analyze, you guys have anything specific you guys want to learn, if you guys want to see any of the K2 strategies be explained, feel free to put them in the chat because we have a lot of time here. We have nearly 4 hours here, guys. So I'll probably be on this webinar for you guys for about, 4 hours until like 10 a.m. because at that point, the market's going to start to turn over a bit. I'll be calling the last Forex trades, and then we will be taking a break until Asia session. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at US30 shortly. So we got 30 seconds left on this candle. It doesn't look like it's going to close. I do have my phone ready though, just in case, guys. So I have my US30 open right here in case I need to open like a very last minute sell entry, which might happen, guys. Sometimes it happens where it just spikes down. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there we go. We might have an entry. We have that sell coming right here. So if you guys are in the live room, you guys are going to catch this with me. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. We're literally counting down at this point. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No signal, guys. All right, so that's it. We're going to wait for the next one. We have another pending signal right here. So be patient, guys. I don't recommend you guys enter just because that didn't close. We need the confirmation here. We need that full confirmation before we enter this trade because you guys don't want to get caught in any fake outs, right? That's one of the biggest problems with a lot of traders. They're not patient enough to wait for that perfect entry. So I'm going to hold off on this for a second. See if it went off on, okay. So it didn't go off yet. I'm going to hold off on this and then we will, we'll resume shortly. Let's see what else we got here. Nice. Damien said, morning, She's, I'm excited. My first day is premium. Nice, Damien. Nice to have you here, bro. I know you just signed up recently. So, cheers to you. I'm ready to start telling the market with you this week. Let's see, morning active. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, exactly. Flynn said patience is key. So we're just waiting for this to close. If you guys aren't familiar with the K2 strategy for US30, I'll show you guys right now because we do have 8 minutes left on this clock. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up a clean chart, and then I'll just show you guys how the strategy works for you guys that are new here that aren't familiar with it. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I can answer anything you guys have. So let me go ahead and turn this off right here. Hey, what's up, David? Brian Larshna. And David's at work. Ron Mexico over here. All right, let's see. So we got the seller here pending. We got 8 minutes left, guys. So we have some time before we need to before we really need to look at the chart. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the strategy for the new people here. I'll show you how we went 5-0 last week for a, you know, a gain of 7,500 pips. Easy. You know, we didn't even have to do any work. Literally, we just hung out on here. And when I took the trade, you guys copied it with me, right? I'll show you guys how easy it is to be a profitable trader. A lot of people want to overcomplicate this trading thing, but in reality, you have to keep it simple. There's a lot of people out there that want to fake trading, and in reality, you don't have to do that because you know how we trade here, and it's like not that difficult. So let me see. Today's the 7th. 6 was yesterday. 4, 3, 2, 1. Just trying to catch the 30th, 29th. What was Sunday, guys? Let me check my calendar real quick. I don't know. I don't know my dates anymore, guys. This year just is like literally flying by. So the 30th. Okay. So I'll show you guys the strategy here. Extremely simple strategy. Monday was the 30th. So I'm gonna put this vertical line right here. And then I will show you guys exactly how the K2 strategy works. The KT US30 strategy. It's super simple. Literally no guesswork. You literally just have to check off the requirements and that's about it. All right, so we got 6 minutes left on this candle. I'm just gonna go ahead and run down the strategy real quick so you guys can see how it's applied before we take this entry. I'm gonna keep my eye on the clock. It's 53. We have 7 minutes left for this candle to close, so I'll give it some time, but I'll go over the strategy right now. So this is gonna be the K2, and this is what we're applying right now, guys. So you guys will know exactly what I'm doing. K2 daily US30 strategy on the 10-minute time frame. So first you're going to look for entries after 6:30 a.m., which is the Pacific Standard Time, which is the New York Stock Exchange open. Next, you're going to identify the first valid K2 signal. And then lastly, you're going to enter on the open of the following candle. And then you're going to place your stop loss TP for 1,500 pips away. And that's about it, guys. That's how easy the strategy is. A lot of people, like I mentioned, a lot of people like to overcomplicate trading and give you like 100 indicators and tell you have to do this and do that, do this and do that. But you guys don't have to do all that. You keep it simple. You know, the market can only go one of two ways, guys. It'll go up or it'll go down. As long as your range is far enough, you know, even if market goes sideways, it'll eventually go up or go down. You don't have to overcomplicate it, because if you overcomplicate it, you miss out on a lot of great trades, guys. Because you guys get too scared, you guys get analysis paralysis, and you guys end up not taking any trades. Or if you guys finally do decide to take a trade, you end up taking a losing trade because you missed out on the good one, right? Happens all the time. So here's a strategy right here, guys. Look for entries after 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is the New York Stock Exchange open. The reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to catch the momentum swing pushed by the banks and institutions in the market. So basically, every session there's like one or two, you know, swings in price. So price will either go up and then it'll go down, or it'll go up, it'll pull back a little bit, and then it'll just continue going up, right? The market only moves so much during each session for specific assets like the US30, which is a US asset. So right here, you're going to look for the first entry after 6:30 a.m., which is when the market opens, because this is when there's a lot of volatility in the market, right? So after that, you're going to identify the first valid K2 signal. A valid signal is if it's a buy signal with a green bullish candle like this. If we have a red bearish signal like this, and it's a red sell signal, then this would be a valid sell signal. So right here, we look for entries after 6:30 a.m., identify the first valid K2 signal, which would be right here. We enter on the open of the following candle. That's it, guys. It's that simple. Like I mentioned, people want to tell you to like, oh, you need to use RSI, you need to use MACD, you need to use the stochastic, you need to use all this stuff. That doesn't even matter, guys, because we're catching momentum. We don't care about all that noise. We're just going to catch momentum. When the big banks make their move, like right here, we got this buy signal. You know what we're going to do? We're going to piggyback that ride and hit our full TP. We're not going to like analyze it so much where you just don't know what you're doing and you're not sure if it's going to hit or not, right? Okay, so we have this set up right here. We let it run. And what I tell you guys, full TP, easy. So this is Monday, right? This is our Monday W right here. Monday win plus 1,500 pip profit. How easy was that, guys? How easy was that? You guys see how easy that was? So there's one right there. Let's move on to Tuesday over here. So move on to the next day. I'm gonna go ahead and mark it before we get there. So 6:30 a.m. the next day is gonna be right here, right? So we made that money right there on that one. Now let's move on to the next one. Here's a brand new day. Here's Tuesday, right? 6:30 right there. We start looking for the first valid signal. We have a valid sell signal right there, right? So what do we do after that? We enter a sell position on the close of that candle. Same thing, 1,500 pips. 1,500 is a sweet spot. What do we do now? Let it run. Full TP. How easy was that, guys? For you guys who took this with me live, I know you guys were as amazed as everyone else that hasn't been part of K2 for like the past year. You know, you guys have been missing out. But there goes another 1,500 pips that everyone made. And I'll show you guys everyone's profits. It wasn't even just me that was making profits. Literally, other people in K2 made more profit than me. And I'm the one that's teaching it. So I'll show you guys exactly what I mean here. There's Tuesday. We're going to the next day again over here. 1 second, guys. All right, we got a minute left on here. So I'm gonna go back and just watch this until it closes before we keep going through here. But you guys can see here how easy this strategy is. Monday, 1,500 pips. Tuesday, 1,500 pips. Wednesday, what do you think is gonna happen there? 1,500 pips. So let's just wait for this to close. I have about a minute left. Got my phone ready in my hand. I'm gonna take the trade. And then we can take this trade. So if you guys took all these US30 trades, it probably would have covered your whole year subscription to K2, and you'd have unlimited profits for the rest of the year moving forward. So, you know, it just goes to show if you guys take opportunity, because I already give you guys like pretty much all the tools that I use. Everything's openly available to you guys. It's really up to you guys if you guys want to take that opportunity or not. Because if not, it doesn't matter, because I'm still going to make profits. Everyone else in K2 is going to make profits, but it's up to you if you want to take advantage of that opportunity as well. Because I've taken all these trades live with you guys. You guys can see that it's legit, 100%. But like I mentioned, you know, not everyone is built to be a winner. Honestly, some people want to make excuses for everything. You know, people are like, I don't want to sign up because 50 bucks is too much money. Or why do I need to pay for an indicator? Why do I need to pay for this stuff? Well, that's your loss. If you don't want to make profit with this, that's on you. But yeah, so let's wait for this to close right here. We got 11 seconds. There's no signal there, guys. So we're probably gonna wait for the next one. All right, nothing there. So we will wait for the next candle. Oh, this is gonna be a messy one, guys. Shit. Okay, so what happened here was we got a false sell signal, right? So we're not taking that because it's a false signal. It's not a valid signal. So the next signal is going to be a buy signal. So this is going to get a little messy here. Let me reanalyze this real quick, because I was actually, it's not that bad. So check this out, guys. We have the rejection right here. Let me fix this real quick. So I thought it was going to be bad, but it's actually not that bad, guys, because we do have the rejection down here. So we actually might have a decent buy entry. So now we're looking for a buy, guys. We have this rejection off this point. Let me just hide everything on here. So you can see right here that we shifted from a sell to now buy, because we had this rejection off this point. Now, if we get a buy signal, we're anticipating it to shoot up higher. The only problem with this is that we're at an all-time high. So I don't know if it's going to push up that high. This might be a risky trade. So let me see how far this is going to be. Yeah, because if we go for full TP, we're going to be reaching that all-time high right there. It's very high. But who cares? You know, if momentum's pushing that way, then we'll ride that momentum. But we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. So now we're going to be looking for a buy signal, because we did get an invalid sell right there. You know, price might come down and retest it again. It might come down for another test, and then it might bounce off again. Or we might get an invalid sell in both directions, because price is really indecisive right now. and we might take, we might go in the other direction. So currently we have a bullish bias right now because of the, or not a bullish bias, but we're looking for a buy because of the previous signal. I hate when this happens, especially early in the market, because it just becomes really messy. But I'll show you an example here of when it applied. It also applied over here. You can see that we had a false sell right here, kind of similar to right here, a false buy. I mean, it was the same thing actually. So this was an invalid sell, invalid sell. It was followed by a buy signal right here after the rejection from this point. And then even if we took this trade right here, we still would have hit full TP. So I'm not worried about it, guys, because we've done it before, or not full TP, but it got close to it. It's technically still running if this trade was taken. But like I mentioned over here, a lot can happen from now until 10 a.m., which would be the cutoff for this specific entry. So looking at this right here, it should be perfectly fine. But we'll just have to wait for that next signal before we take it. But I'll go ahead and go back to what we were looking at earlier. I'll get a notification when the new signal appears. So when that does, we might start looking for a buy. I kind of hope that it pushes down even further, like even way down here, so that if we do take a buy, we have a lot more cushion for it to push from down here way up here, right? So not too worried about this. We'll just keep analyzing it and wait for our entry to appear. So right here, looking at the same strategy that I was just applying, we'll go back to the week we traded last week. So Monday, 1,500 pip profit, Tuesday, 1,500 pip profit. I'm gonna fast forward to the next day, which is Wednesday. All right, so this is gonna be Wednesday right here. So we got Wednesday over here. Now we're gonna look for the first signal, 6:30 a.m. right there. So 6:30 a.m. identify the first valid signal, which should be right there, first valid buy signal. We enter a long position right here. We let it run from that point. What do you think? What do you think happened, guys? Full TP. Nothing different. We do the same thing every single day, guys. That's what I mentioned about keeping it simple. Price can only go one of two ways. As long as you have a large enough range, you could survive, any noise in between, but it'll always end up going your direction for the most part. All right, so there's Wednesday. I'm gonna mark up Thursday over here. Let's keep this running. And then it's moving too fast. Let me just move this real quick to Thursday morning. All right, what do you think happens on Thursday, guys? Lucky guess. What do you think happens on Thursday? So let's see. We get to Thursday over here. Actually, we skipped the whole third. Whoops. So let me go back over here. So Thursday is actually over here, 6:30. All right, so what do you guys think happens on Thursday, guys? We have 6:30s right there. We look for entries after 6:30. The next thing is to identify the first valid K2 signal, right? We're looking for the first valid K2 signal, which is right there. So after 6:30, first valid K2 signal, we enter a short position. What do you guys think happens? Do we hit TP? We let it run. Full TP. Same thing, different day. And then, just the icing on the top. What about Friday? Most people don't trade on Fridays, but we did. And guess what happened on Friday? All right. So 6:30 right here, looking for that first valid signal. We have a valid buy right here, right? And you know what happened here? A lot of people were scared because they thought that price wasn't going to break that all-time high, right? So some people didn't want to take it, but what we did? We took it. And what do you think happened? Yep, exactly what you thought. Full TP. So you can see right there, 5 back-to-back wins last Friday or last week. And it's really that easy, guys. So that's it for those. You can see right there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you go ahead and multiply 1,500 pips times 5. We made a total of 7,500 pips in 1 week, trading US30 just once a day. So this goes to show that it works. And if you guys didn't see everyone's profits from last week, see, here's Wesley. This dude was about to fail his Ftmo. He was at negative 9,000. He took all my trades last week. He's up 7,774, about to pass his Ftmo. Sisuk over here made 500 that last day. Alkin took the same strategy for UK100. Cheryl over here. Look at her profits, guys. It's crazy. Tracy killed it right here. Everyone made like a couple $100 per trade. So literally everyone made a ton of profit. These aren't even my profits. These are everyone else's. But this is like the biggest one right here. Like Jalicia, I don't know if you're in the chat right now, guys, but Jalicia, she made her withdrawal, her first withdrawal. She's been with K2 maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but she already made her withdrawal of 7,394. So that's a huge, huge accomplishment by, you know, majority of the K2 members. Everyone here is profiting every single day. So that's that. Let me see if there's an entry right here. Nothing here. So this is cool. All right, let me see what else we got over here. See if I missed some questions. Layla said, hey Layla, how do you set your chart to 10 minutes? Mine only shows 5 or 15. Layla, so if you're on your chart, you just click on the chart, you type in 10, and then it'll say 10 minutes right there. You hit enter, it changes to the 10-minute time frame. That's one way of doing it. Another way is to click this drop-down menu right here where you have your time frames. If you don't have 10 minute right here, just go to the bottom down here, type in 10 minutes, and then click add, and then it'll add it to your list. And if you're on your phone, you'll have the option on the bottom right here on the bottom left with the time frame, with the different time frames, and then you'll just go ahead and click on the 10-minute from there. So those are 3 ways of changing your time frame to 10-minute. See what else we got here. Yonan said, good morning, let's have a great week, make some money. Ricardo's analysis paralysis. Adam said, do we use a K2 exit strategy for US30? So Adam, like I mentioned before, I think we've discussed this before. You guys are supposed to use it. It's advised, but you don't need to use it. It's up to you if you want to let your trade run. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not managing your account. So it's really up to you if you want to use the exit strategy or not. The exit strategy is used for any asset, whether you're trading US30, gold, commodities, oil, Forex, stocks, anything really. It's really up to you if you want to use the exit strategy. I always advise, if you look at every single signal that I send out, they all say the same thing. So what happens when I send a signal? Here's a signal right here. Remember to use the K2 exit strategy, right? Look at the US30 trades over here. Every single trade I send out, I always remind you guys to use the exit strategy, but it's really up to you if you want to use it or not. You don't have to use it. But if you do, see, it's right here. Like, remember to use a K2 exit strategy for every single signal I send out. It has that same phrase in there. So if you guys want to use it, you guys are more than welcome. You're supposed to use it, but as I know, not everyone uses it. So it's really up to you if you want to use it or not. So it just depends on your risk profile. Let's see. Layla said, why is it a false signal? It's false because it's a sell signal with the bullish candle, Layla. I think we discussed this before. If it's a valid one, if it's a buy signal, it has to have a green bullish candle in it. If it's a valid sell signal, it has to have a red bearish candle in it. If it's not, then it's invalid. Like right here, it's a buy signal, but it's a red bearish candle. Same situation right here. It's a red sell signal, but it's a green bullish candle inside. So if they don't match, then the momentum obviously doesn't match either, because if it's a sell signal, it's going to identify that momentum swinging down. So if it's a sell signal, it shouldn't have a bullish candle inside. Vice versa, if it's a buy signal, it shouldn't have a red bearish candle inside. So that's why it's invalid. Let me keep going down the list over here. See, Capone said bullish pin bar candle. Yeah, that's what I identified right there too, especially with the rejection right here. We'll just have to wait and see how this plays out, because the thing is, even though we have this this zone drawn up over here, there's still lower zones over here. So even if price doesn't reject off this point, price can still reject off here and reject off here as well. So we've got a lot of room right here for price to continue pushing down. So that's why patience is going to play a huge part in waiting for this entry right here, because price could reject off this point. We could get a buy signal and then we can pretty much, you know, ride that up. However, price can come down even further from this point, and then it can test, you know, even this lower point right here and then reject off it. Vice versa, it can continue even farther down here and reject off there as well. So this is a game of patience, guys. You don't want to enter too early, because if you enter too early, you're going to get a bad entry. So right now, we're just going to be waiting for, sorry guys, I'm looking at my messages because my messages are blowing up right now. You can see it was at 0 earlier, now it's at 13. But yeah, if you guys have any questions and you guys are in the Telegram, just ask them here in the YouTube, because I'm not going to get to the Telegram messages anytime soon. Obviously, because we're waiting for this entry to appear. So let me keep going down the questions real quick, see if there's anything else here. Robin said the candle has to, okay, yeah. So Robin is just clarifying what's a valid signal. Jason said, how do you determine when you close, or do you just let it run until it hits TP? So Jason, there's this goes back to Adam's question over here. So if you want to use the exit strategy, you can use it, although it's not required. So you can let it run to full TP, or when it reaches TP1. So let me just show you for example here. I'll go back to this one. So you can, so on Friday right here, a lot of people felt that it was risky, right? Because it was Friday. A lot of people didn't want to hold the trade over the weekend. So if you're following the exit strategy, we generally have TP1 set at 750 pips. So which would be somewhere around here, right? So when price reaches TP1, like you can see right here, price shot above it. What we advise is that you move your stop loss to TP1 right here. So if price is to retrace back like it did right here, you guarantee 750 pips. You're not going to get the full TP, obviously, but you can guarantee half profit right here, which is going to be about maybe a 2% increase in your account size if you're trading at 3% to 5% risk. It could be between a 2% to 5% increase. So right here, if this pulls back, you get stopped out right there. However, like I mentioned, it's not required. If you don't want to move your stop loss and profit, you don't need to, because you know the win rate on the strategy is so high that a lot of people would rather just let it run. So it's really up to preference. If you wanted to let it run, you could have. I run twin positions, so I have one position where I adjust a stop loss. I have another one where I let it run to full TP. So that's why I get best of both worlds. So sometimes I'll have 1 times profit, sometimes I'll have 2 times profit, sometimes 1.5 if I hit, you know, TP1 and then full TP. So there's a ton of different ways to apply it, but I always advise the basic exit strategy, because not a lot of people are good with managing multiple positions at once. So if you guys looked at my profits from last week, you guys can see that I sent out multiple accounts, because I have 2 accounts, or I have 3 accounts actually. So I had one account over here that locked in 844 for that week, right? My other account locked in 6,192 for that week, right? And then my third account locked in 5,605. So I have multiple accounts. I have one account that runs 1 to full. I have one that runs to, you know, TP1, and I have one that does a little bit of both. So there's different ways to apply it, but I always recommend using the simple exit strategy until, you know, you're comfortable with using the twin positioning. But I never recommend that to any new traders, because I don't want you guys to blow your account, because there's some people that get too greedy, they over leverage, they don't do things properly, and they end up blowing their account. So I'm trying to protect your guys' account until you guys are, you know, ready to take that next step. Let's see what else we got here. Adam said, isn't 15 lots for US30 risky for Ftmo? If it hits stop loss, what's 15? No, bro, that's way too 15,000. It's your math. Okay, look, so let me show you the math here. For Ftmo, if you're trading a 15 lot size, it's $1.50 per pip. So if you multiply that by 1,500, you're only risking 2,250. I think you might have the calculations wrong, Adam, because Ftmo uses E-mini lots. So they use, it's not really a 15 lot size. I don't know if you've tried trading on Ftmo before, but you would have realized that it's not 15 lots, it's 1.5 because they use mini lots. So if you're using standard lots, then it would be 15, but they use E-mini, so it's 1.5. So you multiply that by 1,500. I'm well below the max loss. Max loss is 5,000. I still have a cushion of 2,750, so I never hit my daily loss. So I think you might have had that mixed up, Adam, because you have your numbers like you have it pushed over by 1 extra. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ftmo, Adam, or if you're just asking questions, but yeah, you move the decimal over by 1 because they're using mini lots, not standard lots for US30 on that platform. Morning, Ed. How's it going? Jazz said you have to pay TradingView for the 10-minute time frame. Layla said, got it. Awesome. Yadia said gold. So I'll take a look at gold in a little bit. Merce Boss said, I took that sell on US30 previous candle close. I'm in deep profit right now. Nice, Merce Boss. So yeah, you did take that sell right there and it did drop pretty heavily, but I would be careful because it's at a strong structure right now. You probably got in about 500 pips right there, but it is at this structure. So what could happen right now is price could either reject off it and skyrocket super up, or it can drop down further and test maybe this structure over here before shooting up. So we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully the signal comes soon so we can enter this trade. Nicholas said, how do you use the exit strategy if you're not following the trade? You're sleeping. Nicholas, so you could either, depending on your broker, some brokers allow you to have like automatic adjustments to your position when price reaches a certain area. So if you're using something like TD Ameritrade, you guys can set your settings to, if price reaches, X amount of price, like price is coming down, reaches this point, you can set it to move your stop loss to that point. There's similar services for MT4 as well. I'm not familiar with them because I don't really trade with MT4. Just the specific entry. So Nicholas, your main options are you either don't trade, like don't take the trade if you can't manage it, or you let it run to full TP, full stop loss, or you can use a third-party program to automatically adjust your position, or your broker if they allow that. So you have a lot of options. It's just really up to you if if you're willing to take that risk or not. Because if you want to actively manage your position, you obviously have to be active in that situation if you can't trade in your sleep. So you have to find some other service that can help adjust your position if that's what you want to do. You don't have to adjust your position, but in most cases it's probably best to do that, especially during the winter when the market isn't moving smoothly, as smooth as you probably want it to. And with COVID as well, guys. You guys got to remember, we're still in COVID. So let me grab my chair here, guys. Kind of tired of standing for a bit. So take a seat. We have one question from Yadia. She wants, I don't know if Yadia is a male or female, but I'm going to take a look at gold for you real quick. I didn't analyze it yesterday, so I'll analyze it again right here. I might have the markup still here. So guys, this is exactly what I told you guys yesterday, right? I gave you guys this entry during the weekly chart analysis and it went straight to full TP. So if you guys want to see that video, just look at the live from yesterday. I analyzed this I don't know if I analyzed it for you, Yadia, or someone else, but someone asked for gold yesterday and I analyzed it and look what happened, 240 pips profit. So this is what I mean about, you guys showing up for these live webinars, these live trading rooms, because I give you guys so many gold nuggets right here, literally gold nuggets, where you could have locked in some nice profit off this trade if you guys were attending the webinar last night. So this looks great right here. I'll go ahead and analyze it from scratch for you, Yadia, just so that you can see, how I do everything. So I'm just going to delete everything off the chart. I'm going to zoom out from here, turn the K2SR indicator, and then I'm going to draw my zones. So draw my zone down here, draw my zone from here. Let's draw a big zone. Draw my zone from this point. Let's draw a big zone up here. So the thing with gold right now is that it's reaching a ton of rejection points, all these zones that I've drawn right here. And I'll hide that indicator and I'll turn on the momentum indicator. So first, I'm just going to show you guys how these zones work. Price generally respects these zones for any asset you trade. It doesn't matter if it's stocks, gold, oil, Forex, stocks. Sorry, it's stocks already. Crypto, anything like that. The price always respects these zones because my algorithm is able to detect, these rejection points. So you can see right here, I drew these zones for today, right? These zones have been tested back in August. It's been tested back in July. And this is the highest it's ever been. So the thing is, you have such an upper hand right here because you have all these zones right here. And you can see price generally goes from zone to zone. Price comes down, tests the zone, rejects, comes back down, tests the zone. So we don't have any zones up here just yet. But once price pushes back up there, then we will probably have some new zones up here, right? Because price needs to retest the same exact price point more than 2 or 3 times in order for a new zone to be created. So all of these areas right here have been tested X amount of times. So with gold right now, I did call that buy earlier. Reason for that was using the same strategy I use for all of the Forex signals. Basically, it's the same simple strategy like we have for US30, except it's for, Forex. Basically for this one, it's an all day strategy. Basically, we wait for price to break a structure, which is a K2SR level like this one right here. We confirm the direction of momentum using the momentum indicator. So we knew momentum was going up. So as price broke this structure, I advise to take a buy right here and ride this to the next structure up here, right? Because what happens is price goes from zone to zone, just like I mentioned earlier. So price went from this zone to this zone right here. So what's going to happen once price breaks this zone over here? So if price breaks this zone, what's likely going to happen? It's going to push up to the next zone. And then if it breaks this zone right here, it's going to press up to the next zone. Up until price reaches way up here. If price goes way up here, then this thing's going up, guys. It's going to shoot up like crazy because look what happened here last time. Same situation over here. Price broke the structure. We didn't have a buy signal yet. The buy signal confirmed it. If you took this buy right here, you would wrote it way up here for like, geez, look at that. It's like 1,000 pips, right? So same situation over here. History always repeats itself. If you look at the price currently, you can see if price breaks this structure again, it's probably going to shoot up even further. Because like even right here, when price broke the structure right here, if you took this buy position right here, you still would have made a ton of profit right here for about 300 pips. And for gold, that's a lot of profit, right? So the problem with this right here is we do have a bullish bias, but the way that these structures work is that price can reject at any time. So price can reject right here. Price can come up here, reject right here. It can come up to any of these points and reject. So the problem with that is you want some confirmation. You want some cushion in between, each zone so that you can take that move right here. So like this cushion right here was about what was this, like 300 pips, I think. Sorry, I don't trade gold anymore, guys. So I don't know what the pricing is for this, but let me just mark it up from right here. Yeah, it's about 300 pips. So you can see that there's a nice cushion right here, right? The problem with this right here is that these zones are too close to each other. So I don't know if you want to take the risk and try to catch like 60 pips right here. Maybe you guys would if you guys want to take those small scalps. Another 50 pips right here. But me personally, I want to catch that bigger move. So I want to wait for that confirmation for it to break maybe up here and then catch a buy from this point up to there for about, what is it, like 100 pips? Yeah. Because you don't want to get caught in any reversals. Like you don't want to buy, you don't want to take a buy right here and then price ends up rejecting off this zone and you take a long position right here and then it ends up stopping you out, right? So that's why I personally would wait for it to break some more structure. But like I mentioned before, COVID is not going away. COVID's just getting worse and worse by the day. And if that continues, the US dollar is going to continue to be weak. So if the US dollar is going to continue to be weak, you can expect gold to go up higher. So if you guys are familiar with how price moves, when price is going up, that means that the first currency is stronger than the second. When price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first currency. So basically, if the US dollar is weak, you can see the skyrocket, right? Same situation with all of the other USD pairs. So if you look at the other USD pairs like AU over here, we still have this active, you know, it's on its way to full TP. It's going up, right? It's going up because the US dollar is weak. Look at EU over here. What's going on here? It's going up. You know why? Because the US dollar is weak. Same situation with GU over here. Price came down, then it shot right back up because the US dollar is weak. All this new COVID news is being released, you know, like right here on CNBC, that the US dollar is just getting weaker and weaker. And then once they send out the new stimulus, it's just going to get even weaker because it's going to devalue the US dollar, right? So that's what I mean about this moving right here. So for gold, I do have a bullish bias. However, I would wait for it to break some structure before I take that buy entry, because you don't want to get caught in any reversals if that ends up happening. So let's see what else we got over here. Let me see if there's any other questions. All right, Bree wants me to take a look at XRP. So let's pull up XRP real quick. All right, so looking at XRP right here, I'm gonna do the same exact thing I did with gold. I'm gonna go ahead and rewind from here. The thing with XRP is that it didn't have a lot of movement until pretty recently. See, November, it was literally dead for like the whole year. Like this is the huge price difference where the moves happened. So it was super dead, and then it shot up in November, like a few weeks ago. So the problem with cryptos is that there's not enough data for you to really gauge where structure really is. And most of the time, price doesn't respect these structures anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. I'm going to go ahead and draw my zones. I'm going to try to draw the zones. So we do have some zones right here, but they're huge. Like it's such a huge difference from the zones down here. So we could just ignore this area at this point. But we do have some zones around this point right here. There. There. And right there. And here's the thing with cryptos, guys. Cryptos is like pretty much 100% speculation. So you can't really rely on these technical analysis when, you know, analyzing cryptos, because the thing is, it doesn't matter if there's a structure here. If there's a structure here, if enough people buy XRP, they can spike it up again. That's what happened here. This was basically like, you know, sort of like a pump and dump right here. So price pretty much shot up right here, and then it gained all that hype, and then it just pretty much spiked price way up. And then the people down here who made all this money sold it off. So they sold it off, dropped it down to this structure. People thought they were buying at a discount, right? So people are like, oh, I'm going to buy XRP because it's at a discount. They bought it, it shot up here. The same people who made money up here sold again right here and made some more money. So the thing with XRP and like every other crypto is that it's really hard for you to gauge the direction that it's going. You know, obviously most people are just buying and holding. Like for me, I bought, let me see, like 200 or 300 bucks of crypto. I mean, of Bitcoin, like a couple months ago. And now let me see where it's sitting at. Now I'm at like 800 bucks. I show you guys my crypto profits like every day, or my Bitcoin. You guys can see there that I went from like 300 to 800 bucks within the last couple months. And that's how I'm trading cryptos. I don't actively trade cryptos because, like I mentioned, it's all speculation. You know, the money I put into Bitcoin, if I lose that, it's completely fine because I knew the risk going into it. But, you know, day trading XRPs is pretty risky because this can literally spike down or spike up depending on who's hyping up the market. You know, the people who have been holding XRP for a while can sell all of their XRP and send this tanking down, right? At any point in time. There doesn't have to be news. There have to be anything. Whoever's holding majority of XRP, if they want to tell everyone to sell XRP because they're selling it, they can literally tank it back to where it was in November. So I would be careful with trading cryptos if you're like trying to actively trade it, because there's really no structure there for you to look at, because it's literally going back and forth. It's not like, you know, like US30 where it's moving smoothly, you know, throughout the year. It's just like, you know, smooth up, smooth down. XRP will go from nothing for like 26 cents and then go from 26 cents to nearly $1 in like a couple days. So I'd be careful if you're trading, you know, cryptos actively. If you're buying and holding, then that's cool. You could just buy every dip. But if you're buying, like if you're just trying to actively like scalp it and sell it, you know, odds are you're probably gonna lose money trading crypto because it moves way too fast. Even if you go on the 1 minute time frame. And the spread's like crazy on crypto, guys. So if you guys want to be able to get in and out of trades within a decent amount of time before getting like screwed, you know? So yeah, this is XRP right here. It's within these two zones. So if it does respect the structure, if it breaks below here, it'll probably continue further down. But like I mentioned, cryptos is a totally different game, guys. It's not like Forex. It's not like indices. It's not like gold, commodities, anything like that. So you're pretty much better off just flipping a coin and maybe buying and holding, or buying and then hoping that it goes up, because it could literally spike either direction, up or down. And I don't recommend trading it. I don't trade it myself. I probably won't be trading it for a while until, you know, there's some stability in the crypto market. See what else we got here. Merciful said, thanks, man. I closed out before rejection because I'm at work now. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, so Merciful took this sell right here because he wanted to scalp it. He scalped it down for about 500 pips, I believe, down here, and then he got rid of it. So we're still looking at US30 right now, guys. I'm pretty much just waiting for that buy signal because we did get this nice rejection off this point. Now I'm just anticipating that buy signal so that we can pretty much ride that wave upwards for a full TP. But looking at the news today, this is what I mean about the US30 moving in waves, guys. So you can see right here that it initially opened with, you know, a bearish move, but then it might pulse it back up for a buy. So the thing with this is people are trying to buy this dip right here, right? We just need to see if the banks are going to entertain that. If the banks and institutions entertain that, they're going to push price up, and then we can take a buy signal similar to what we did right here. So you can see price came down, tested the structure, we had a buy signal, and then you could have taken this buy right here to full TP. Same thing we're waiting for right now for US30. But like I mentioned, we just have to be patient and wait for this actual entry to appear. Let's see, Flynn said, Shawn, your CAD was a buy for 60 pips. Nice. So let me go over here and check out your CAD real quick. See what Flynn was talking about. Nice. So it looks like you did you take a buy off that? So if you did take the buy last week, I don't know if we called this last week, but if you did take this buy right here, it looks like it would have hit full TP for a gain of, wow, pretty big move right there. So yeah, the move right here would have been for about 80 pips. I'm not sure if we called this trade. I don't think I did, but if you did take it using the same strategy that we use for all of my Forex trades, it would have hit full TP. So this would have been good right here, actually. Right now, price rejected off this structure. I would be waiting for a buy signal. So if we get a buy signal like we did right here, you can see the same pattern is repeating itself. Price rejected off the structure, buy signal, shot right back up. Same situation, price rejected off this structure. If we get a buy signal, it's probably gonna shoot right back up. So if that happens, I'm gonna take that trade. But until then, I'm going to wait on that. Peter said, Shawn, when are you creating a K² crypto coin? You know, it's funny because a lot of the earlier members of K², like I think a year or 2 years ago, kept mentioning that because I heard it's really easy to create your own crypto coin. So, you know, maybe that'll be in the works within the next couple months or years. That'd be interesting, right? K² crypto coin. Yeah, I heard it's really easy. You just have to have a couple people buying into it, just hype it up, and people actually buy into it, just like those other small coins that are all over the place. So yeah, looking at US30 right here, guys, you know, it's a game of patience. We're just waiting for this buy signal here. Until that happens, we're just going to be sitting on our hands until then. Also for Forex, the next candle closes in about 2 hours. So the next Forex trades will come out about 10 a.m. So maybe at that point we could, you know, take that entry. But if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat, guys, because I'm here to help you guys. If you guys want me to analyze anything, if there's anything you guys are wondering about, you know, the exit strategy and any of the K² strategies, I can help you out here. I went over the US30 entries from last week, and you guys saw the you know, the results from all of that. But yeah, if you guys sign up to the K² strategies, you guys will have access to the entire course. This is what the course looks like. Basically, you'll have the introduction here. Basically, all the TradingView tools and functions that I use, you know, the basics, trend line, support, resistance, et cetera, et cetera. And the most important things here are the K2 strategy. So if you guys will have access to the official intraday strategy, the momentum pullback strategy, the K2 scalping strategies that I use, the K2SR zone trading strategy, this is the strategy I use for every single Forex trade. So if you guys took any of the Forex trades I called last week and you guys saw the results, so the results are right here. These are all the trades from last week. Guess what our results were? 11-0. So I called 11 winning trades yesterday using this one strategy, guys. Last week, not even last week, this whole year, guys. So this whole year, I've used this one strategy, and it works all year round, guys. It's not a seasonal strategy. So I used this one strategy. We had 11 wins last week for 495 pips. On top of that, we used the K2 US30 strategy that I just went over with you guys earlier, right here, and we locked in 7,500 pips just last week, applying that one strategy, guys. I use two strategies, guys. That's it. Just two strategies, one for Forex, one for US30. And you guys have seen the results, guys. It's literally unbelievable. You know, people don't even believe our results, but I take all these trades live with you guys. So you guys can see that it actually works and it's legit. So we have a total of 439 wins and 144 losses for Forex this entire year, January up until now, for a gain of 18,444 pips. So if you took a standard lot for every trade, you'd be up nearly 200,000. If you took a mini lot, you'd be up 20,000. You know, micro lot, you'd be up nearly 2,000. So the thing is, your account compounds as you go. So a lot of people started with a small account and they just grew that as the time went by, because I always recommend that you risk maybe 3 to 5% per trade. And if you just keep winning and winning and winning, you know, it literally just continues out further. So let me see what else we got here. We have a couple of the questions here. Ash is asking, how's EJ looking? So let me pull up EJ real quick. So we've got EJ right here. These are the zones that I drew last night during the weekly chart analysis. Sorry, guys, I'm going to keep going back and forth between US30 and the Forex, because I just want to make sure that we're not missing out on this trade. I'm going to open up my MT4, make sure everything's ready to go, so that once that entry appears, we can hop right into it. So looking at EJ over here for Ash, we do have a pending buy signal right here. So this candle closes in about 2 hours and 20 minutes. If this candle closes with the buy signal, this is going to indicate that momentum is going to be swinging upwards, right? So if this swings upwards, I probably wouldn't enter if it closes right here, because there's not enough cushion from here until the next zone. Because the problem is, if you enter a buy signal right here, price can do one of two things. It can either break right through it, or it can come up to it and reject right off it. So that's why I would want to be careful with it before entering that specific trade. Sorry, guys, I just went over to US30. We had a pending buy signal right here. So if this closes, we're going to take it. But yeah, back at EJ over here, I would want to wait for this to break above here, Ash. And then once it breaks above there, then I'll take my long position from that point. But until then, you know, we just got to be patient and wait for price to break this structure, because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy position. It reverses on you and then it hits your stop loss, right? So be patient with it. You know, it's really a game of patience. If I see this entry here, then I'll call it on the next 4-hour candle close. But until then, we're just going to be sitting on our hands until, you know, we have some sort of confirmation on that. But yeah, guys, going back to US30 right here, we have a pending buy signal that, you know, might close soon. If that happens, I wouldn't really mind taking it, because our full TP is still going to be before the all-time high right here. So that could might as very well play out. So I'll be waiting for that. And I'll just keep coming back to it, because we have 8 minutes left on this candle. If it ends up closing, then we'll take the trade. If not, we'll wait for that next signal. So there's no rush, guys. You guys just got to be patient with it. Let's see. Kyle said, you give out your indicators to people in K2. Yeah, Kyle, if you sign up to the K2 strategies, you have access to it. So if you want to sign up and have access to all the K2 indicators and all the K2 strategies, like I was just explaining earlier, like this whole course right here, you just go on our website, k2trades.com right here. It's very simple. It's k2trades.com. And then you'll be on the website. Once you're on the website, you can sign up to the signals or you can sign up to the strategy. It's up to you. And just a reminder, guys, I'm still offering one-on-one mentorships with all of the subscribers to the K2 strategy. So if you sign up to the K2 strategies, you'll have access to, so this is what the sign up page looks like. You can see everyone's profits here. Once you sign up to this page, you'll have access to the K2 strategies course, which is what I just showed you guys right here. You guys will have access to all of the K2 indicators and the K2 premium group. So if you have access to the K2 premium groups, that's where I send out all of my trades in real time. So if you guys want to copy my trades, you guys are more than welcome. And that is what is included there. So if you guys want to, try that out, you guys are more than welcome. It is available to you, but you guys aren't required to trade my strategy. Just like I mentioned before, I give you guys a blueprint of how to trade and how to trade exactly how I do. I also offer a one-on-one mentorship with you guys for anyone who's subscribing to this. However, this one-on-one mentorship availability is probably going to end by the end of the year. So if you guys sign up this year, you guys will have unlimited sessions with me where I can teach you exactly how I trade. The same exact strategies that I apply every single day. If you guys sign up next year, obviously you guys have seen that K2 is getting way too busy, guys. There's K2 is blowing up like crazy over the past couple of months. So I don't have enough time to give you guys that one-on-one treatment. So if you guys want that one-on-one mentorship, whoever signs up this year and continues to stay subscribed, you'll have that one-on-one unlimited mentorship with me. But if you sign up next year, you'll still have the one-on-one mentorship, but it's going to be limited. You only have an X amount of sessions with me, because whoever signs up this year is going to have priority over whoever signs up next year. So that is about it. Let me see what else we got over here. Sorry guys, I'm getting a ton of messages right now, so I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. All right, so let me keep going down the list over here. Sisuk said, using Awanda for your info thread for now, but God only knows how accurate that is. Hey Sisuk, how's it going, bro? Yeah, he's using Awanda data. I use currency.com data for all my US30 trades because I find it to be the most accurate. I recommend other people use it as well. I don't really use the Awanda data because it's a little off. David said limited, baby. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. So if you guys sign up to the K2 strategies within this year, by the end of the year, then you guys will have access to, my one-on-one mentorship. But like I mentioned, we're just getting way too busy, guys. As much as I want to keep it going, I just don't have, there's only one of me. There's like hundreds of you guys, right? So I can only give one-on-one attention to X amount of people. I can't give it to every single person. So if you guys are subscribed, you guys will have access to me and I could show you guys exactly what I do on a one-on-one basis. And if you guys want to see how I do that, make sure that you guys are subscribed and you guys like this video so that whenever I go live for my mentoring session, I go live on YouTube. So I don't send the link out to everyone in the group, but if you guys are subscribed and you guys have liked the video, the YouTube algorithm is going to know that you want to see my videos, right? So if they know that, they're going to send you an email and say, hey, Shawn's going on his live mentoring session right now. So if you guys like the video and subscribe, you'll get an email and they'll let you know that I'm going live so that you guys can sit in and watch all of my live mentoring sessions with everyone. So if you go on my YouTube channel, let me just check it real quick. So if you guys go on the YouTube channel, let me see if I can pull it up over here. You guys will see that I have a bunch of mentoring sessions right here. So if you look at the past live streams, there's mentoring sessions that happen randomly because I have these sessions set up with people, but I don't send out the link. It's something where you guys can sit in and watch and see how I teach one-on-one, but I don't send it out. So if you guys subscribe and like the video, you guys will get that notification that I'm going live, and you guys can go ahead and sit in on those sessions free of charge, completely free. I don't charge anything for that. And it's all available to pretty much everyone here. David over here said, NJ stand up. Nice. Jersey. Yeah, let me see what else is over here. Edwin said, hey, Shawn, I would like to know about the signals. I mean, the vertical lines and green red alerts you get a buy or sell, how do you configure that, Edwin? So you need to have access to the K2 momentum indicator. So if you have access to the K2 momentum indicator, you'll have these vertical lines. So if I take this off the chart, they disappear, right? You have no edge in the market. If you have the K2 momentum indicator, you just turn it on, and then you know exactly the direction of momentum. That's why we catch these momentum swings downwards, momentum swing upwards, and that's how we get these signals. In order to have access to this indicator, you need an active subscription to the K2 strategy. So if you go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, you pull that up, you sign up right here, and then you get access to it. Also, if you guys are new here and you guys haven't used the trial yet, if you go to the website, scroll down to the bottom, it's only $50, guys. $50 for the first month. You literally will make that back in one trade. So, you know, you have nothing to lose here. I made it so cheap where anyone can literally sign up, use it for a month, make their money back, and then continue subscribing. So it's really up to you. Like I mentioned, you know, the opportunity is out there, guys. If you guys want to take the opportunity, you're more than welcome. If not, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to any of the other K2 members, because we're still going to keep profiting whether you want to join us or not. And you guys have seen, you know, all of my live sessions. I take all my trades live. So it's really up to you if you want to take that opportunity. If not, then it's fine. You guys can watch us profit, you know, and then when you guys are ready to join, you guys are more than welcome. You know, doors always open to you guys. But if you guys are on the fence, you know, just keep watching my live sessions. You'll see, you know, the value that I provide for you guys, especially during these live sessions that are completely free. Like, I'm not here to nickel and dime you guys. I'm here to, you know, give you guys value and to make you guys consistently profitable traders, just like I am. You know, I trade full time. I love my life now because I used to work, you know, a job that required a lot of time. And now I can pretty much just trade in the morning, get on with my day and do whatever I want to do, and pretty much make money doing that. So it's really up to you guys. If you guys want to sign up, there's no pressure. But if you do, that opportunity is available. So I'm going back to US30 right now. We have about a minute left on this candle. Doesn't look like it's going to close. We might be waiting for the next one. If it does close, though, I do have my phone ready to take this trade. Got my MT4 ready in my hand just in case this thing wants to close on us last minute like it does sometimes. We got 30 seconds left, guys. So I got my phone ready because it's happened to us so many times where I just took my eyes off US30 for a few seconds and then it ends up, you know, closing with the signal and we don't end up taking it. Luckily, you guys are here paying attention as well. So you guys are here to remind me when I do miss it. So we got 15 seconds left on this candle. It doesn't look like it's going to close bullish, but if it does, we'll be ready for it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No signal, guys. So we're going to be waiting for that next one. There's the signal right there, guys. So we do have that pending buy signal right here. And we're just going to be waiting for the next one now. So we got another 10 minutes, guys. I'll go ahead and see if there's any other questions while we wait for that. All right, so let's see. City said, will you be adjusting your lot size for this US30 trade? No, City. I always keep it at 15 lots because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Ftmo. I'm pretty sure you are, City, because you've been here for a while. So for Ftmo, I get paid out monthly, right? So the thing with this is I'm trading 2 accounts right now. Each trade is 1,500 pips. So basically, so last month we took 5 trades. So we had 5 trades. Each trade was about 2,250 profit times 5. So that was like 11,250 bucks, you know, for one account, right? Times 2 for the 2 accounts. I basically made 22,500 for the month. I only keep 70% of that, multiplied by 70. So I take my 15,750, and then what happens is my account gets reset back to 100K. So when that happens, I just go back to doing the same thing every month because I can't really complain with this, because if you multiply this by 12, this is how much you can make, you know, annually if, you know, done properly. Sorry, guys, I choked on myself. Let me get this orange juice. Yeah, this is how much you can make, you know, annually with 2 accounts if you have a pretty good week. And that's why I don't increase the lot size City, because the thing is my daily loss is still going to be 5,000. It never increases. It's always 5,000 per account. So if I was to increase my lot size, say if I was going to do, you know, a 20 lot size and you multiply it by 1,500, I'm going to be risking 3,000. It's still going to be below the 5,000. But if I'm risking this much, I could only have X amount of losses before I cut into that daily loss. So I'm happy with the profits I make with the 15 lot size. I do increase the lot size on my personal account though. So if you've seen my personal account over here, I don't know if it shows, because I don't have all of the other ones, but let me check this real quick, guys. Okay, sorry. I was checking something real quick. Trying to see. Okay, sorry guys. I was just wondering who this person was that was messaging me. It was like a confusing name, but yeah, City. Sorry, I'm back to your questions. For FTMO, I never want to go past my daily loss limit. So like I'm happy with locking in 2,250 a day, you know, because if I get too close to the daily loss, which is 5,000, I could lose the account. And if I lose the account, that means I'm not going to get paid for like another month because I have to go do another challenge, right? So for me, I'm happily fine with you know the profits that I'm making on the 15 lot size now. But on my personal account, sorry, that's what I was doing. I lost my train of thought. For my personal account, I started raising my account size, my lot size. So I was trading like a 0.01. You can see right here, right? 0.01. And then it went from 0.01 to 0.02. So, you know, as my account started to increase, I started to increase my lot size as well. So that's why for that one, I'm actually increasing that lot size. But for FTMO, I'm keeping it at 1,500 because I don't want to lose my account. You know, we don't really have more than 2 back-to-back losses, but to be safe, you know, I want to make sure that I'm locking in profits every single month rather than risking, you know, hitting home runs to just make a little more profit, because I don't want to go a whole month without making FTMO profits, obviously, because it's just going to take a long time for me to rebuild that account, because I have to go trade for a whole month, 20-day minimum, and then after that I still have to get funded, and then it's just it's a whole long process that I don't want to go through again. So that's why I keep it at that. David said, if you're not a K2 member, you're insane. It's funny. See, Randall said, are you still trading stocks, specifically options? What platform broker do you like for that? So Randall, if you're trading stocks or options, or if you're looking to, I highly recommend you use TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. That's what I used before. That's probably the best platform you can use. I don't trade them anymore. I just focus on Forex and US30 because I make, you know, pretty decent profit off this. But if you do want to trade that, just reach out to Samir K2. Samir is in the group. He runs the option group. And if you want to reach out to Felix, he runs the stocks group. So you can talk to Felix K2 or Samir, and they can help you more in detail. But I don't trade those anymore because I already found my niche. Like this, my niche is Forex and US30, and I prefer to trade these daily than have to focus on, you know, looking for what stock to trade each day or stuff like that. So I'm probably not the person to help you with that specifically, but you can reach out to Felix or Samir if you have any specific questions. Let me see what else we got here. Ron said, is that freshly squeezed? Yeah, bro, of course, man. Freshly squeezed Donald Duck orange juice. It's good stuff. Stuff you get from the market. Peter said, Ron, yeah, with oranges from Mexico. Adam said you can have Ftmo merge accounts into one. Yeah, I know that, Adam, but I'm working on my third one because I want to have a 300K, not a 200K. Because if you merge them, that's a process all on its own. So if I merge them, they're not going to merge them for like maybe 1 or 2 weeks because they have to go and review all the, you know, all the trades, and they have to make sure everything lines up. So if I go a whole week without trading, I would have missed the 7,500 profit from last week, right? So, you know, I know that you can merge the accounts, but the thing is I'm trying to get that third account so that I can do it all at once, because it just doesn't make sense for me to merge 2 accounts and then wait for this other one and then merge that one later. And then I'm gonna have all these like pockets of time where I can't trade the Ftmo account. And, you know, I've been doing this since May. So like they take some time. They take some time sometimes to respond to you and to, you know, fix your issues if it's something like that where you want to merge accounts. Because the thing is, I'm trading on a business account. It's not an individual account. So it gets a little more complicated from there because I have to give them all my business info. It's a whole process to have to verify everything, you know, my tax info, all that stuff. So that's why I'm waiting for my third account before I merge them all together. Oh man, looks like US30 has died down a bit. It's 2 minutes on this clock. See if there's any news over here. Looks like the Dow is still down 0.44%. The S&P is down 0.6. The Nasdaq's up 0.50. Russell 2000 is up 0.12. Yeah, nothing really pushing price right now. So that's why I kind of do and don't like when there's no news on a day, because when there's news, there's going to be like random volatility. Price is going to be spiking up and down, right? So you can enter the trade. But when there's no news, price sometimes is just really slow and there's just nothing to enter. So that's what I'm waiting for right here before we, you know, we take that trade, because we do need some volatility for us to get that buy signal to appear. However, it's just going sideways at this point. Until we get, you know, that buy signal, then we can probably enter that trade. We got about a minute left on this candle. Doesn't look like it's going to close anytime soon. So we will see how this goes. Oh, City said by adjusting, I meant decrease. City, so if you're trading Ftmo, like I mentioned, there's like different scenarios. So if you're trading a normal account, yeah, you would increase and decrease your lot size as your account goes up or it goes down, because you're trading by risk percentage, right? But if you're trading Ftmo, you have like a month for you to get to a certain point. So the thing is, I never really decrease my lot size. I just trade a 15 lot for every single trade, because at the end of the month, I'm usually in profit. So if I'm in profit, it just resets back to the same amount. And, you know, a month isn't that long, because if you count the weekends, it's literally only maybe like 2 or 3 weeks total for trading. And then if you count the days where there's like a lot of news, then that's gonna change, you know, the whole dynamics of how many days we trade each month as well. So if you look at our results here, we only have like X amount of trades during the month, because sometimes there's stuff going on during that month which doesn't allow us to take trades every single day. So like looking right here, you know, all of our trades for, let me go to November, because November was a bit of a slow month, because we had elections, plus we had Thanksgiving, plus we had Black Friday, plus we had, you know, holidays and everything. So we only took we took 12 US30 trades last month. So that's what I mean about not really adjusting your stop lot or your lot size, because there's not enough trades there for you to adjust, you know, up or down, because it's like a back and forth game depending on how the month is. Like we're in December now. We don't have holidays until the end of the month, so we have some time to make some money before we get to that point. However, there might be some news on certain days. Like at the beginning of the month, there's NFP, right? We made a killing last week for NFP. Sometimes there's the Fed speaking. The Fed speaking, we're probably not going to trade, because they're going to spike price up and down when they talk about stimulus and when they talk about the US economy. So there's a lot of other factors that play into analyzing, you know, if you're going to be adjusting your lot size or not. But for me specifically on Ftmo, I don't adjust it, because I just pretty much just roll with it and then make my withdrawals at the end of the month and then just reset the account. So hopefully that answers your question. Let me look back over here at these other questions. Haroon said, hi, I'm a beginner. I need some help. I want to start this trading business, but I'm not finding much immediate information. David said, Harouk, then you haven't looked hard enough. So Harouk said, Forex seems easy, but I don't know much about it. Yeah, Haroon. So if you want to learn the basics, you can just go on our website. I don't know how you found us here, but if most people they sign up for the intro course on our website. But if you go to k2trades.com, you can click here to unlock your free access to K2, when you click on that, it's going to send you to the free intro course. So if you sign up to this, it's completely free. You'll have access to all of our free K2 groups. And then you also have access to the course here, but you won't have access to the indicator. So you'll still be able to watch all these basic videos completely free. I'm not charging you anything. And basically all these videos, you'll have access to everything. You'll see how I apply my strategies, but you just won't have access to the indicators or the premium groups. And for the people here, we had another question here where people are asking, the breakdown of our trades. If you go to the course website, you just log in, go to the bottom. Right here, it'll say K2 trades results plus history. If you click on this right here, you'll see all the trades for October. So we're at October 2020. It has all of our Forex trades right here, 39 wins, 10 losses, a gain of 1,633 pips, right? Sorry, this is a typo right here. It's supposed to say October. But basically for October, we had 7 wins, 3 losses for indices, specifically US30, for a gain of 6,250 pips. So if you go down here, everything is broken down by week. This is Forex, this is indices, and then farther down, I have every single trade broken down here. So if you want to go back and, look at our previous trades, I do post both wins and losses, we're completely transparent here. So if you want to look, I have every single trade documented here that we've taken. So if you want to go back and see what we took, how we took it, why we took it, it's all indicated right here using the same strategies that are taught. This is October, you go to September, it's the same thing. Literally you go here, I have every single trade documented. You go to August, every single trade documented. So if you guys have been following K2 for a while, you guys know that we have all of the information available to you. So going back to the charts over here, we're still waiting for this to push up. So this looks all right, guys. So here's the thing. If this established a low right here, horizontally. So this established a low, and then this would be the high. It pulled back a little bit, so this could be the higher low. And then as price pushes up even further, it'll create a higher high, and it just keeps moving up and up and up. So this looks fine. If we do get a buy signal, if we do get one, I'll take it. However, until we get that buy signal, we're still in the bearish bias right here because we do have an invalid sell, but it is still pushing down from this point. So we'll wait and see how this plays out. Let me continue to see if there's any other questions in the chat right now. Lorishna said, what lot size do you recommend for a 10K Ftmo challenge? So here's an easy way to do it, Lorishna. So basically for me, I'm using 100K, right? So I'm using 10 lot. You divide that by 2. If someone else is using a 50K, just divide that by 2. It's gonna be 7.5. If someone's using a 25K, you divide that by 2. Someone's using a 3 lot size. Again, divide that by 2. So in between a 25 lot size, you could probably use like a standard lot. So let me go check what the max loss is for you on that, Lorishna, before I give you a confirmation as to what lot size to trade on there. So I'm gonna pull up the Ftmo website right here. So you have a 10,000 account. Your max loss is 500, right? So if you're taking a 1 lot, so that's gonna be 10 cents per pip, multiply by 1,500. Your max loss is gonna be 150. So you could take a 1 lot, a 2 lot's gonna be 20 cents times 50, or a 2 lot. So that's gonna be the max, okay, Lorishna? So you should use between a 1 lot and a 2 lot because that's still gonna be below your max loss is 500. And your max total loss for 1,000. So you can literally lose 3 or 4 back-to-back trades before you lose your challenge. And the thing is, we don't have 3 or 4 back-to-back trades. I think the most we've ever had was 2 back-to-back losses, and that only happened like twice. And one of them was because of my own mistake, because I took a trade too early and I was wasn't patient and I wasn't following my own advice. So you should be using a 1 to 2 lot size, probably just 1 to be safe, because here, let's see, you need a profit of 1,000, right? So if you're taking a 1 lot, you're making 150 per trade. And then, so we'll do, 1,000 divided by 150. You only need to win 6.6 trades for you to pass. However, if you're taking a 2-lot, so 2 lots 300, you do 1,000 divided by 300. You only need 3.3 wins to pass your FTMO. So it's really up to you if you want to be really safe and take a 1 lot, or you can even take a 1.5 lot. If you do a 1.5 lot, you'll be making 225 per trade. So if you want to do that, you need to make 1,000 by the end of the month divided by 225. You only need 4.4 wins to pass. So Larishna, you should probably use a 1.5 lot size for US30. That way you only need X amount of wins for you to pass, which should be perfectly fine. I mean, it should be perfectly doable, especially with, you know, our track record with trading, you know, US30, obviously. So let me keep going down over here. Velocity said, wait, did the signal come through? So Velocity, we had an invalid sell signal right here. That's why we didn't take it. We're now currently waiting for a buy signal. So I do see this rejection off this point. We do see a little bit of retracement here. It might come down for a double test right here, and then it might shoot up from there. But, you know, like I mentioned, it's a game of patience, guys. We're just waiting for this buy signal to appear before we take this entry. You know, if we get another false signal going the opposite direction, then we might switch over to a sell instead, but we'll wait and see how this plays out. You know how it is, Velocity. It's a game of patience, literally. We're just gonna have to wait and see for that signal to appear. So it's about 8 o'clock, guys. It's 2 hours from 10. If the signal doesn't come by 10, then we're probably not gonna take it. There's not a volatility at that point because the market turnover is going to begin within the next couple hours after that. However, we will be looking for Forex trades once that 4-hour candle closes. So you can see right here on the timer, we have about 1 hour 51 left on this 4-hour candle. Once this closes, we can start looking for, you know, Forex entries right here. So if you guys have any questions and you guys want me to analyze anything, we do have a lot of downtime, guys. We only have, we still have about 2 hours left on the clock for the next candle close for Forex. And we're still looking at US30. So if you guys want me to analyze anything, feel free to put it in the chat and then I can analyze any pair that you guys like, you know, whether it be Forex, whether it be US30, whether it be gold, pretty much anything you guys want. The K2 indicators and K2 strategies work on literally anything, on any time frame, any asset, anything. All right, let me keep going down over here real quick. Tisa said, you set up alerts on all Forex pairs to catch the moves on the 4-hour. So Tisa, for me, you know, the 4-hour only closes X amount of time during the day. So the 4-hour candle only closes at, let's see, my time, 2 a.m., 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. So it closes at the same time in the morning, same time at night. So when I'm looking for an entry, I just pull up the charts at the time of each candle close, and then I analyze it from there. I don't really set alerts for every single pair, but if you do want to, you can. So it depends on what strategy you're applying. If you're applying the intraday strategy, then yeah, you might want to set an alert for every single pair because it's on the 30-minute. But for me, I trade on the 4-hour, so I don't really need to have that many alerts on. I can just pull up the charts and scroll through here real quick for a few seconds and just see if there's any entries available for me. Look at our AUD/USD, guys. Real nice right there. It's about to hit TP2 for 40 pips. So if you guys are still holding that from last week, it's looking great so far. See, everything else is right here. Yeah, so we might have some entries after after this next candle close, but until then, you know, we're going to sit tight and wait for an entry to appear. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, Larishna. So David said he used the app called Stinu. You can use Stinu to get your exact position size because a lot of people don't you know, calculate their position size properly. Coach Baker, man, how's it going, bro? Haven't seen you in a while, Josh. Let's see, Shawn, can you check EU? So let me pull up EU real quick for you guys. It looks bullish, similar to our AU right here. Can't wait for this to hit TP2 because we've been holding this for a long time, since December 2nd. So if I pull up EU right here, this is something that I have marked up right here, actually, Josh. So I was going to call this trade right here, but I thought it was too risky last night, or no, this morning, because I saw some spikes in price for the USD, but it does look like it can be a nice buy entry right there. So I'm probably going to call that trade. Let's see. AU's bullish. EU's bullish. We're sort of bullish. GU is bullish as well. NU is bullish. So yeah, let's call that trade. So Josh, thanks for reminding me. I had this marked up earlier. I didn't call it because I was waiting for it to bounce around a bit before we decided to take it, but it does look like a good entry at this point. So I'm going to take it with you. And this is using the same strategy that I just explained to you guys. Basically, price pulled back below here, price shot back up above the structure right here. We had a buy signal. So this is going to qualify as a valid K2SR entry. So this looks good right here. I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to take it myself as well. I'm just going to take this right here, 70. So you guys can see here, I'm taking this trade live on my live account. I am over leveraging a bit, guys, so don't copy me. I'm just doing this because I do believe in these trades. Wait, what is that? It's not letting me take the trade. Let me refresh this real quick. Yeah, thanks, Josh. I was looking at this morning, but I decided not to take it because there was like huge spikes for the US dollar, on the open. So I decided not to take it, but it does look like a good entry, and I do think it's going to continue up further. So I might as well just take it with you guys. We'll see how this plays out. Whatever happens, happens. All right, so I'm in the trade, guys. I'm going to call this for you guys as well in the premium, and then it'll get sent over to the public a little later. So you can see right there, I'm actively in the trade, guys. So if you guys want to enter the trade, feel free. I have a lot on. I have nearly a standard lot on that. So if I'm going that heavy on that trade, it's probably gonna be a good trade. Let's see, we got E right here. Nice. It's like swinging back in profit as we speak. Josh, you the man, bro. I gotta come visit you in San Diego once this COVID dies down. You gotta go get some Lolitas, bro. I know you've been out there. Lolitas bomb. Hey, David, what about you too? You know where Lolitas is, right? I know you've been to San Diego a couple of times. 35. All right, 35 divided by 2, 17. All right, so I got these all set up right here. Send this out to the premium members. If you guys aren't in the premium, I might share with you guys in the public, maybe a little later, maybe like in an hour or so. Obviously, the premium does get priority because they are premium. So I'll try to share that with you guys a little later after, all of our members have got in, made their profit, and are happy with their trade. So let me see, 35 right here. Oh, nice. GTA Miner is in San Diego. Lolitas is over at, so I used to live in downtown. I used to live in downtown San Diego right next to Petco Park. There's a Lolitas right there next to the baseball stadium. I don't know if you've ever been to that one. There's also one in Chula Vista. I think there's another one. There's like 3 of them in San Diego. They're really good. They're like TJ style tacos. I don't know if you've ever had them before. When I was living in SD, I used to cross that border like every week. We'd go get some tacos at TJ, have some fun down there. And San Diego was a great time. I wish I could go back. Maybe at some point I will. But there's like a couple locations down there. Some pretty bomb Mexican food down there. Obviously, because it's right next to the border. But yeah, definitely, Josh. When COVID clears up, I'm gonna come visit you. We're gonna go party in Gaslamp. I used to live in Gaslamp right there too, like not too far. I could literally walk to all the bars. It's a great time. Oh, nice. Brian Lowe says, AGTM, I live in downtown San Diego. We should connect, talk more about stocks. Definitely. Yeah, Joshua, there's two in Chula Vista. There's one that's really close to the border farther down, and there's one that's more inland, I believe. Nice. So yes, everyone knows where they're at. So Spencer, even right here, Spencer is like on the East Coast, I think, right? Spencer said, yeah, those are bomb tacos in San Diego. What? David said he's never been. You gotta be lying, David. You're 100% lying, bro. All right, so let me. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Tacos El Gordo. That's right. Okay, so I'm getting those two mixed up, but they're both good. Lolitas and Tacos El Gordo are super bomb. Oh, nice. Layla says she lives in downtown San Diego too. Nice, Layla. Yeah, I used to live on 9th Street. I lived at Ava, which was right next to Vantage Point. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with it if you live down there. But I lived down there for like 4 or 5 years. Went to law school down there. Was an attorney for a bit and became a full-time trader. Here I am in Orange County. Oh man, David likes that lucha libre. Man, they got a lot of good food down there in San Diego. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of good food. Awesome place to be. All right, let me go and take a look at GN real quick for Spencer. My bad, I got kind of caught up with his food, man. I'm getting hungry now. So I was looking at this right here. So Spencer, this looks like a great sell. So let me see if there's any zones down there on the bottom. So you get that lower zone first before we even think about entering this trade. So it's currently at a support zone right here. So price would need to break the zone before we enter this trade. See if there's anything below that. It's daily right here, nothing there. Weekly. All right, so we actually got a long way to go down here. So if price breaks this structure, hide this right here. So Spencer, if price breaks this structure right here, we have a lower K2SR zone. If price breaks the structure, then we can take a short position and ride this thing all the way down there, 250 pips. It's a lot of pips right there. Nice. All right, cool. So this is I'm pretty sure this is what you looked at too, Spencer. It looks like a good trade. We just have to wait for it to close, somewhere below there. So we'll keep on looking at that for a bit, and then we'll see. Oh, nice. So Layla lives right next to Ava on 9th Avenue and Cedar. Oh, so you live on the right side, right? Those apartments are really nice. Those right there on that side. I was thinking about moving there after moving from Ava, but then I ended up moving back to Orange County. I definitely want to come back to San Diego though, because I kind of lived all around downtown. So I was over in East Village for a bit, like around Pinnacle. I'm sure you know where Pinnacle is. That place is crazy. That place was really, really nice. And then I moved to Ava because I wanted to be closer to downtown. And then I was going to move around that area. But then I ended up moving back over here to Orange County, due to COVID and stuff. So hopefully I can move back to San Diego at some point. I do miss it out there. And the weather out there is probably a lot nicer than it is out here right now, especially with all these fires. Let's see right here. We keep going down and see what we got here. So Oleg wants me to take a look at T100. I think that's NASDAQ, right? So I'm pull up NASDAQ real quick. Let me go ahead and draw the zones for NASDAQ because I don't trade. Pretty sure it's NASDAQ. Yeah, T100, Technology 100. So this is NASDAQ right here. Just draw these zones right here. Actually, sorry, guys. I think we got some signals here. No, we didn't. Okay. Let's keep moving around here. This over there. Probably connect these. Connect these down here. So I'm just drawing these zones first so we can see where the structure is at, so we know where to trade, where not to trade. We got a signal for US30. All right, we've got 8 minutes left on that, so I'll come back to that in a few. Let me just finish analyzing this for Oleg real quick. So we got NASDAQ right here. We currently don't have an upper zone. So I don't think NASDAQ has gone this high before, right? Yeah, this is the highest NASDAQ has ever been, guys. So the thing with NASDAQ is it's risky to take a buy right now because you don't know how high is it going to go until it comes back down, because obviously, you know, what comes up has to come down at some point. Let me go on the shorter time frame, because this is something that, wait, what the heck? Yeah, let me go on the shorter time frame real quick. Oh, shoot. Okay, so the zones are way down here. We haven't even drawn the zones over here where price currently is. I was like, where did the zones go? I just drew them. But let me see if there's any closer zones over here. So we have this zone right here as well. And then let me turn on the momentum indicator. So looking at the 10-minute, the thing with the US30 strategy that I apply is a lot of people apply it on the NASDAQ as well. So I personally would not take the NASDAQ entry yet. It looks like if you're going to apply the strategy on here, price might come down to test this zone right here. So price might push up a little further before it comes back down. So it might push up a little bit higher. And then at some point, it'll end up, you know, coming down. Because like I mentioned, you know, what comes up has to come down at some point. So for the NASDAQ, I would probably, I'd probably just wait as well, because you don't want to enter. So here's the problem. You don't want to enter a buy like FOMO in, and then it ends up pulling back to test the zone and stops you out, right? So what I would wait for is I would wait for price to either, you know, give a sell signal. If it gives a sell signal, then you could probably ride that down for a short position to the zone right here for about, you know, 200 or whatever pips. I don't know exactly how many pips that is, but I would ride this down to here, make your profit, and then as it shoots back up, you can trade it in both ways. That's how some people trade here, like C-Suk. I don't have C-Suk's in here right now, but you can pretty much hit it both ways like that. But I would wait for the signal. So if you get a sell signal, then you can take the sell. If not, then I would wait for an extra confirmation. But looking at NASDAQ right now, it's at an all-time high, guys. I don't think it's been this high ever. So let me go on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah. So this is at an all-time high, guys. It's kind of risky to trade because you can't really gauge how far is it going to go because there's no structure that's been built yet. But because it's established an all-time high right here, you know, if we get a sell signal, then it's probably going to come down and test this area before it either breaks below it, or if it rejects off it and comes back up. So there's a lot of different scenarios you can play out with NASDAQ. I personally wouldn't trade it right now because it's so risky. But if you do get a sell signal, then you can probably take that for a small scalp downwards to here, and then, you know, take either the buy back up or wait for it to close below and catch that ride down even further. Because you can see right here, so price rejected off this zone, right? History always repeats itself. Price rejects off the zone, sell signal. You could have taken a short position right here for full TP, right? Easy as that. Same situation right here, rejection, we get a sell signal. We'll probably be able to ride that down to the next zone right here. So that's how I see NASDAQ right now. However, I would be careful if you, you know, decide to take that just yet, because there's a lot of other scenarios that can play out at this time. Check out EU real quick. So EU is still fine. Just pull back slightly. It's not a bad pullback. Let me go back to the questions over here. See if there's anything else that we need to answer real quick as we continue down. All right, so Emmanuel said, why do you put buy stop on signal message? You put buy stop because that's the order type, Emmanuel. I'm not sure if you're familiar with how order types work, but if price is below it, you can't put a buy limit. This is going to be a buy stop because you put a buy stop order, it swings up and triggers your entry, right? If price is above it, then it'll be a buy limit. So I'm not sure if you're familiar. Let me see. Buy limit Forex. There's an image here that I always send you guys in the group. So if you don't understand this yet, you should probably hold off on trading. You have to understand how order types work, because this is very bare basic stuff, guys. Like if you guys don't understand the order types, then you guys aren't ready to trade yet, because this is one of the main things that you guys have to know if you're gonna enter a trade. So this is basically what it is right here. Let me see if I can maximize this. Sorry, I can't. But just looking at this right here, see if your entry is below it, it's going to be a buy stop order. That's the order type. If price is above it, it's going to be a buy limit. Vice versa, if you're taking sells, if it's above the entry, it'll be a sell stop. And if price is below the entry, then it'll be a sell limit. So these are the order types. Emmanuel, I'm not sure if you understand how these order types work, but this is foundational stuff. You have to understand how these work before you even think about trading, because the problem with a lot of traders is they don't understand this, and they get confused and they end up entering like a wrong order. So this is why we entered a buy stop, because price is below it. Look at EU right here. This is an entry, right? Price is below the entry. So that's why it's a buy stop, because if the order is placed above price and price keeps going up, it'll trigger the order. If you put a buy limit here, it's not going to work, because price would have to come up and swing back down in order to fill it. So that's why we have a buy stop for that entry, because that's the order type you're supposed to put into your trading platform. So hopefully that helps. Let me keep going down the list over here, see if there's anything else that we're missing here. Let's see. John said, Shawn, how come this is a buy stop? Should it be a... So John, like back to what I just discussed right now, price was below when I called the signal. If you can't enter it, then yeah, it would be a market order, because your spread's gonna get in the way. You can look at my spread here. I have a 0.5 spread, 0.2 spread. It's so low that I can enter the trade how it's supposed to be entered, right? If you can't enter the trade with the buy stop or a buy limit, then yeah, it would have to be a market order. But if you look at my spread here, I have like little to no spread. So that's why I'm able to enter that buy stop right there. So it's really up to you guys how you want to enter it. I entered it market when I called the trade, because I don't have time to put in all the details, send you guys the signal, answer all these questions. I'm doing like a million things at once, guys. So that's why I entered the trade at market. But the thing is, we put a buy stop here because if someone sees this trade, like, 5 minutes later, price is below the entry. If I tell someone to enter market and price is down here, they're going to be super in the negative, right? That's why we can't put market order there. But that's why when I called the trade, I told you guys, I'm entering the trade now. If you guys want to enter it, feel free to enter it. If that's the case, then you enter market. However, if you're looking at this signal right here, I can't tell you to enter market, because if price is way down here and someone enters market and then it hits stop loss, they're going to be mad, right? So that's why in the signal, it has the specific parameters there for that specific entry type, because price is below entry right now. And that's just, quick explanation. But if you guys don't understand how order types work, you guys should definitely go back and, re-understand that, because that should be foundational stuff that should be fully understood before you take any trades. I think you're fine with that, John, because I know you've been around for a while, so you're familiar with order types. But for anyone else that's new here, because I know that we have a lot of new traders, make sure that you understand the order types, because this is very important. All right, we have another pending buy signal for US30. I guess we're gonna have to wait. So if you guys have seen US30, it's not moving at all, guys. It's moving sideways. Came down. A little bit. We get that buy signal soon. It is 8:30. We have about an hour and a half before we can take this entry. If we don't get that entry, then we might be sitting it out. Or I'll probably give you guys the entry, but I'm probably not going to take it myself, because I don't like taking trades that appear too late. So let me. Oh, nice. Alkin said Taco Stand. Taco Stand is pretty good too. That he's talking about the one in La Jolla, but I've been to the one in downtown. Now that place is pretty good. Let's see. Ark said, I'm scared to jump off live because there might be a last minute buy that I might miss. Yeah, Ark. I mean, we can't really gauge when the entry is going to come, because the thing is, price can be going sideways, and then all of a sudden we see the spike up, we get a buy signal, right? So it's kind of hard for you to really gauge if it's going to come or not. So I'm probably going to just hang tight for that right there. Nice. Yeah. So David said safer sells when the low wick breaks and catch the smooth right up. Yeah, definitely. Same situation with NASDAQ. You know, NASDAQ and US30 were both looking for the same thing here. Sierra said, what's your zone for NASDAQ? So let me pull up NASDAQ real quick. So let's see. So Sierra, we have, this isn't an official zone, so I'm not going to keep that up. That was just me marking it up just in case for, you know, further analysis. But this lower zone right here is going to be 12576. So that would be the zone where we'd be anticipating prices to come down, test, and then maybe bounce off it. But we don't have an upper zone just yet. Yeah, so there's nothing there up there. So we just have this lower zone until, you know, price creates a new zone above. And in order for that to happen, price is going to have to push up and reject off a certain price point. So say right here, if this price point is 12614, price would have to come up and reject off that same exact price point. What was it again? 12614 before it creates a zone, because the K2 algorithm is detecting price points that have been tested, you know, 2 or 3 times in the past at that same exact price point. So it's basically identifying the algos that are trading in that area, the bank algos and stuff like that, because the zones are only created if that same exact price point was tested to the exact very price point. It can't be like, you know, a pip off or 2 pips off. It has to be that same exact price in order for that entry to in order for that zone to be created around that price point. Sorry guys, I just lost my track of time because I was trying to, my train of thought, because I was looking at your USD and still thinking about NASDAQ. All right, so your USD looks like it's gonna swing back in profit soon. Let me check our AU over here. Nice, our AU is a few pips away from TP2 for a gain of 40 pips right here. It's about 6 pips away, so it's not too far. John said, how do you get such low spread? It's just my broker. I use Forex.com, so I'm not sure which broker you're using, John, but I do use Forex.com, so that's why my spread's so low. So like you can see here for AU, my spread's at like 1.9 or 0.9 actually. It's super low. So it gives me a lot of opportunity to, like, you know, get in and out of trades without getting caught in any of those reversals and whatnot. I'll delete this because we already hit TP for that one. But yeah, guys, it's just a waiting game at this point. You know, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. And I can answer any questions you guys have. But right now, we are just waiting for this to provide a buy signal so that we can enter that buy and pretty much write it up. But there's no buy signal right now. So we're going to just watch this meanwhile. See if there's anything else here. Let me see if there's any other questions here that I'm missing. I think I've covered everything for the most part. Alicia, Alicia's asking, what broker do you use for US30? So for US30, I use Ftmo, and then I use He Goes Away for my personal. But I don't recommend any unregulated brokers to anyone, so I don't ever recommend He Goes Away, even though I do use it. But I only use it because I know the risk that comes with it. So whenever I make a certain amount of profit, I always withdraw so that I don't have too much money sitting in that account. Yeah, same answer to you, Tisa. So for US30, I use Ftmo, and then I use He Goes Away for my personal. Those are the 2 brokers that I use for US30. If I was to recommend one, I would say LMAX, but it is a bit pricey to trade on because it's an institutional broker. So if you go to lmax.com, this is the broker that I would recommend. However, they don't accept US clients. So unfortunately, you can't trade on them. I'm still looking for some sort of legitimate broker to trade US30 on, you know, with decent leverage where I don't have to put in too much capital. But for LMAX, if you're not located in the US, you can sign up for LMAX. You can click institutional trading. However, it does require a $10,000 deposit. So what is the minimum initial deposit? 10,000 base currency. So if you don't have that much, then, you know, obviously you won't be able to trade with them, but they have the best spreads because they offer institutional trading for, you know, accounts for certain people. So you can see here, the spreads are like less than 1 pip. They're very good spreads. You can see here, your USD, it's a 0.04, UJ 0.04, GJ, it's pretty low. They're all like under 1 pip. So this is probably the best broker that I can recommend if you're not located in the US. However, if you're located in the US, I don't really have a broker to recommend, but I do use Hugo's Way for my own personal. Ed said, Shawn, Owanda, bro. So Owanda does allow US30, but not for US clients. So if you're a US client, you can't trade US30 on Owanda. It only allows it for certain international clients. I think you're using Indonesia, right? Edward, as your resident. So that's probably why they let you trade US30 on it, but they don't allow us to in for the US clients. So we got 2 minutes left on this candle, guys. It might be a buy signal, so I'm going to be holding off on this, looking to enter this trade if it does close. Oh, nice. Ed said, I'll link you up with someone who works there if you want. Hey, Ed, are you talking about Owanda? Yep, Spencer said US30 is about to go, sir. So yeah, it's exactly what we're waiting for right here. See, it's exactly what I mentioned earlier, guys. So you can see right here that price established, rejected off this point. It established a low, then it established a high, and then it established a higher low, and then it's going to keep pushing up for a higher high, right? So if this closes right here, we're going to take it. We got about a minute left, guys. So I might not be looking at the chat for a second. I'll be focused on this to take this entry. Yeah, we got about a minute left. Got my phone ready in my hand, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. All right, we got 50 seconds left, guys. I'll be counting down, and then if you guys want to take this trade, you guys are more than welcome. I'll be sending it to the premium as well. I'm not going to be sending this to the free groups because obviously, you know, we need the premium members need priority because they're premium members, of course. Let's delete this right here. We got 20 seconds left, guys. We got that buy signal pending. Looks like it could be a good entry. We got 17 seconds left, guys. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, I'm in the trade. All right, guys, I'm in the trade. I'm in profit. It's looking good. Let me go ahead and send this out real quick. Let me get this in real quick. All right, let me just change the numbers over here real quick. Let's see, 30083. It's gonna be Ftmo parameters. So if you guys want to enter the trade, feel free. If you guys are in the premium, you guys are getting the parameters here. If you guys aren't in the premium, you guys can sign up to get access to these trades real time. So we're in the trade, guys. I'm in the trade. Profit's looking all right now. Currently, let's see, a few bucks in profit. I'm not that high right now, but it is going to play out. So let's see, we got that right there. All right, guys, so I sent this out to the premium. right, so we're all in the trade, or I'm assuming so. So there we go. Let me set up my parameters real quick. Let me see if I could get this on my phone real quick. So let's see. 299.33. This one's going to be 30. Oops, 302.33. All right, cool. I got this set up right here. Get this set up right here. 299.33. 302.33. All right, so we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, guys, at this time, I'm just going to let it go. I'm not going to keep watching it. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to set up my alerts so that I can get alerted when we get to these specific price points. So what I recommend, guys, if you guys are new here, if you guys have been here, you guys already know what we do at this point. We don't look at the charts, because if you look at the charts, it's going to freak you, especially if you're not used to trading US30, and you're going to get scared of your trades. So you have to not look at your charts and just let it do what it's to do, guys. I set up my alerts, so when it does end up hitting any of these price points, it will alert me. But at this point, I'm letting it do what it needs to do. So I have everything set up and we're good to go. So I'm gonna leave US30 alone. We'll check back on it maybe in a couple hours, see how it plays out. But otherwise, we will just be hanging out for a bit. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and then I can answer any questions you guys have. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so Dominic said, I'd rather don't take a trade and protect my capital than entering a bad trade setup just for the sake of trading and losing capital. Definitely, Dominic. So that's exactly why we're very patient with our trades. We only, like, if you guys know me, I'm a very conservative trader, guys. I only take trades that I almost know 100% we're going to win, right? So for me, I'm not going to go and enter trades just because, just to be in a trade. I'm only going to call trades that I know are for sure going to hit or have a high possibility of hitting TP. So that's why we're really patient with all of our trades. Let's see, Josh said he uses CoinEx for US30. I heard of CoinEx, you can trade that with a lot smaller capital. So if you guys have a smaller account, CoinEx might be a better option for you guys. I haven't used it, so I personally can't recommend it, but a lot of people in the group have used it before. Yeah, exactly. So Tisa said, too bad US brokers don't allow 1 to 100 leverage at least. Yeah, because, due to US law, and due to prevent people from blowing their accounts and losing their life savings, that's why they have those leverage requirements set in place. Because a lot of people would just, they would leverage all the money they have into their trading account. And during the stock market crash, they ended up losing everything. So that's why they set those laws in place so that it doesn't happen again. So that's why leverage is super low in the US. Nice. Greg said he's in. I'm into you guys for all. Waiting for that at this point. John said NASDAQ is going opposite. There's a red pending signal. Yeah, John. NASDAQ is different from US30. It doesn't usually move in the direction US30 because they're totally different assets. US30 is a different index compared to the NASDAQ, which is mostly tech stocks. So let me look at NASDAQ real quick. Yeah, because if you're getting a sell signal on NASDAQ, this is what I analyzed earlier, John, when I was looking at it. I was identifying it as a possible sell to come down and test this zone right here before, it possibly shoots back up. But the thing with the NASDAQ is that it's a whole different index of stocks that it doesn't really correlate with US30. If you want to correlate with US30, it would be the S&P. That would be the one that correlates with US30, but NASDAQ is totally different. I would not compare US30 to NASDAQ because they move completely different. Nice. There's our US30 guys in profit. How you like that? How y'all like that? All right, so my account right now, it's in profit. Yeah, it looks fine. It's in profit right now. I'm in profit about $100, I think. So I'm gonna hang on to that, let that play out. What I recommend is you guys don't look at US30, just let it play out. Because if you look at US30, it's just gonna stress you out. I can guarantee that. It's gonna stress you out, you're gonna go crazy. Here's your USD position. It's now in profit. Not very much, but I've been profit $5. I'm in this for nearly a standard lot. Looks fine so far. Let's see what else we got here. Nice, Mohammed. So I'm assuming you got into the trade. Great. Victor said we are in. Let's go. Definitely, man. We gotta see how this. Nice. That bullish move right there. All right. So I'm not gonna look at it. Let it play out. Let's see what else we got here. Hassan said, "Thank you, Shawn. I have to clock into work. I'll be back later for the next session. Catch you I see you guys later." Nice. So Hassan, I'll see you later as well. Hopefully got into this trade. It's looking good so far. Yeah, Life Plus said, yeah, US30 is crazy. Just set up alerts and leave it alone. That's exactly what I'm doing too. So yeah, it doesn't really look like we have any other questions, guys. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat and I can answer them for you. Otherwise, we'll probably hang out for a bit. You know, I might go offline maybe in a little bit. I kind of want to go get some work done because I have a lot of other questions I need to answer. Let me check my emails. Let me see, because I have like 13 questions right here on Telegram, and then I got about see, I got about a ton of emails as well. So let me just zip through this real quick, see if I could see anything here. All right, perfect. Let's see. All right, so it looks like I covered everything on here. Let's check out our AU position real quick. Randall said, what amount do you recommend for US30? So Randall, it really depends on what broker you're using. So some brokers require, you know, $1,000 to trade US30. Some require $100. Some require even less. So it really depends on your broker. You know, if your broker allows you to trade with much less, then you could trade with less. Otherwise, most brokers require like at least $500 to $1,000 to trade US30. So I'm not sure which broker you're using, Randall, but you can probably ask in the chat because a lot of people use CoinEx where you can use, you know, lesser amount. Me personally, I use Hugo's way because I want to use a less amount with higher leverage, but I don't recommend it to anyone. So it's just really up to you, you know, with regard to which broker you're using to determine, you know, how much you need. Because it could be between 1,000, it could be 100, it could be less than 100. It's really up to your broker, depending on what you're using. Yeah, so Josh over here said for US30 on CoinEx, I think it's like less than $100 to trade US30. Exactly, because I've seen a lot of people trade US30 on CoinEx for way like $50, and I'm like, dude, how do you do that? But if it works, it works. Let's see what else we got here. We have any other questions here? Kenny, so let's go K2 dominate the market open to close. Nice, Kenny. Yeah, no, definitely. We need to get that W to kick off the week. I mean, we're up pretty heavy for the week already. So if you guys took my trades last night, I'm gonna share the EU trade with the public group. If you guys took my trades last night, I called GJ and I called GN right here. So I called these both last night, 10 p.m. Off that 4-hour candle close. From that point, we hit full TP on both. So right here, we hit full TP on GJ for 40 pips. This meme always cracks me up whenever I see it. And then GN over here, we hit another full TP for 100 pips right here. So if you guys took those trades, those are full TP. Now we just need this US30, this AU to hit TP, and our EU to hit TP as well. And then we can keep it going. Nicholas said, do you trade US30 for FTMO account or also Forex? For my FTMO, I only trade US30. The reason for that is because I use a calculated risk per trade. So every US30 trade, I risk about 2,250. My max daily loss is 5,000. So in order to keep that in line, I use a high win rate strategy like the US30, and then I use a calculated risk to make sure that I never go past that daily loss limit. So the only thing I trade on my FTMO is US30. On my personal account, I trade my Forex trades. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Randall said I hopped in, but debating if my account can handle that trade. So yeah, Randall, it just depends on your account. I'm not sure which broker you're using, but hopefully you can hang on to it, because you just have to be able to really survive that drawdown, because it'll go into some drawdown, you'll go up and down, and then it'll eventually like shoot into profit like it does every other time. It's only 8 o'clock right now, so you guys will probably see a spike in volatility around 11, 12. That's when, you know, lunchtime happens and when we're getting close to market close, because at that point everyone's putting in their last orders, and then they just spike price up, spike price down, it goes up and down. So just make sure that you're able to handle, you know, any possible drawdown. Nice. Spencer said, thanks for the early morning GJGN vibe. Yeah, definitely, Spencer. You know, when I woke up this morning, I was like hyped, because I was like, dang, we hit full TP on that. I was worried because I don't like leaving my trades running overnight, you know? But, you know, I woke up to a pleasant surprise with this hitting full TP right here. And same with GN. I was like, dang, we hit both TPs right there. And I was feeling great this morning. See what else we got here. David said, this is the Mondayest Monday ever. What a drag. No, I agree, bro. The market is so slow today. I mean, it's usually slow on Monday, but today is like super slow overall. However, we did hit those profits, so I'm happy about that. Live Plus said, I'm using IC Markets and I can trade US30 for $100. Yeah, so I think IC Markets uses the same lot size measurements as FTMO, so they use mini lots. So they use a standard lot 1.00 minimum, but in reality, it's more like a 0.01 if you translate it to, you know, other brokers. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Live Plus said last night's trades were super quick. Yeah, definitely. Those hit TP right away. I'm glad it happened in my sleep, so I didn't have to watch it. David said, I'm gonna need to call you. I'm gonna need you to call my cell at 1 a.m. Time for those trades. Oh man, yeah, no, definitely. David, I gotta start trading the London session with you guys. You guys have been killing it. I keep saying that, but man, I need to actually really do it this time. Let's see, Mateo said the broker active trades. You can trade US30 with 0.05, US 7.50 each. K2 Oh, nice. Okay, so Mateus said that he uses active trades. I've never used it before, so I can't recommend it personally. But if you guys want to check that out, you know, you guys are more than welcome. Let's go back to our trades over here. So we got AU right here, still pushing a full TP. It's looking all right. Our EU right here is right at entry. It's not really moving all that much. And our US30 it's just bouncing around, guys. This happens all the time. So I'm not going to bother looking. That's probably the last thing I want to look at, US30. But for our Forex pairs, everything looks, you know, pretty decent right now. David said, just do it. No session can compete with London. No, I agree. I just got to set my alarm or stay up with you at some point. I probably got to go live like at midnight. Probably if I go live during London session, I could probably stay awake. That'll probably keep me awake because I'll be here answering questions for you guys. But all right, so I don't see any other questions, guys. It's about to be 9 o'clock, so maybe I'll hang out with you guys for a bit. If we don't see any other questions until like maybe 10, then maybe I'll hop off a little early. But I probably want to stay on just to catch any of the last minute Forex trades. So I'm just going to scan through all of the pairs here, guys, and I'm going to see if there's any entries that we could possibly take. Also, let me check the news real quick. I just want to make sure there's nothing on the news that's really affecting the market right now that could, you know, negatively affect our position. So let me just go through here real quick. Just make sure everything here is good. Check the news. Yeah, no news from like now until Tuesday. Let me check the Smaller news over here. Let's see. Investors get blindsided by vanishing odds of Brexit deal. So this might be affecting the market a bit. I mean, not directly, but it's definitely going to affect the market a bit. So there's an issue with the Brexit deal. Japan calling out a recession. Merkel aims retail shops. Damn, okay, so this might have fucked up our position a bit, guys. So, or no, I don't think this is in the US, is she? So it says Merkel aims to close retail shops from December 27th to January 3rd. I can't tell if this is US stuff or not, or it might be, I mean, it doesn't matter. If, you know, if stores are closing, it's going to affect the stock market one way or another. So this might be affecting our position a little negatively, but maybe not enough to push it down that far. Because what happens is sentiment's probably going to push it one direction and they're going to spike it in the other direction as that continues. Let me pull up CNBC real quick. Congress looks for last minute COVID relief deal. So this could be affecting the market. Obviously, you know, stimulus plans, stuff like that. It's going to affect the market directly. But we won't really know which way. Let me check this real quick. I'm just trying to make sure that there's no, let me mute this. There's no news that's going to be, you know, directly affecting our position right now. Negatively. So we got the COVID news right there. Judge dismisses Powell lawsuit. That doesn't matter. BlackRock takes equities to overweight for 2000. Powerful restart economy. Paris show canceled. Okay, so BlackRock over here takes equities. Let's see what they did. Did they buy? Let's see. Equities are overweight from Neutron. Okay, yeah. So BlackRock is kind of indicating that they see a restart coming. So they're saying that it's overweight, it's ready to be bought, I'm assuming, right? Neutral from neutral. Yeah, so from 6 to 12 month basis, they're going to be looking for, they're still neutral on stocks, but it looks like they're trying to cash that little low bottom, and they're probably going to try to buy. So if they're going to try to buy and they're giving indications of a bullish move, like check that out right there. Boom, guys, check that out. What I say, man, I was telling you guys, there's some news that affects the market. BlackRock drops that news right there. People start buying stocks. We're back in profit. Let me check my phone real quick. This is why you guys kind of, you know, this is the value you guys get for sitting in this live room. I'm here analyzing the news with you guys, and it's, you know, it's directly benefiting our position right there. So you guys got to learn from someone that knows what they're doing, obviously, not just with technical analysis, but how to, you know, analyze the market as a whole. NASDAQ, Invesco add 4 new instruments. Dang, okay, cool. So NASDAQ is, this is probably going to shoot up a bit. So NASDAQ is adding 4 new instruments to their arsenal. So it might be pushing it up a bit, depending on how good they are. You know, obviously they only pick good stocks to put in the NASDAQ, but that does look good. Let's see what else we got here. But like I mentioned, see, US30 is just bouncing around, guys. Just don't bother looking at it. But I'm just trying to see, you know, how these news are affecting the market. So let's see. See if it's updating right here. I think that's about it, guys. There's nothing new that's really affecting the market that heavily, but nice spike up for US30. You know, we're just going to let it play out, and then we'll look at the stuff that we already have running right now. The Forex market just looks really slow, guys. It's pretty sluggish today. So we'll see if there's any other entries we could possibly take, but it's just moving really slow, guys. So don't be too alarmed if there's not many entries. Plus it is Monday, so just keep in mind, market's going to be slow overall. All right, so let me see what else we got over here. Randall said, what was the stop loss in TV for US30? Anyone? I missed it. So Randall, go to the premium, and all of the The parameters are sent right there in the premium. I'm not sure if you're in the, I think you're in the premium, right, Randall? If you are, you can grab them right there in the premium channel. Otherwise, I don't really send it to the public group because premium gets priority, obviously, since they're in the, you know, in that premium section. Okay, Life Plus said Merkel is Germany stuff. So yeah, I was like, that name did not sound familiar for the US. So, but I'm sure it's going to affect the US market regardless, because a lot of the companies cross over, or, you know, the assets that they carry in their specific index funds. So we have, David said, let's party then. I'll get on cam with you. Sven just said, okay, live session during London sounds about right. Yeah, I'll try to hop on with you guys. Maybe on Thursday, you know, because we don't really trade on Friday anyway. So if I can get on a day where I'm not really needed to be on full alert, then I could probably hop on with you guys maybe this Thursday or something. Daraj said, for London session, would you take UK 100 or US 30? So I personally would take a European asset. So I would trade either the German DAX, the DAX 30, or the UK 100. I personally don't trade them, so I can't really say what the results look like, but I have seen other people trade the DAX and the UK 100, and people have literally been killing it. So looking at our London chat over here, sorry guys, if you guys send me any messages, I probably have not answered them yet. So I have a ton of messages here, guys. Obviously I go live every morning, so I can't answer all of your questions early morning. But yeah, looking at the London chat over here, everyone takes the UK 100 and everyone makes a killing. Like, check out Tam over here, man. Tam is like killing it. She made like a couple $100 last night, like at midnight. Sam K over here, damn, look at Sam. Made 2,000 last night. Got out at TP1, Tam some more profits. Everyone's literally killing it, guys. Like, if you guys aren't killing it with K2, I don't know what to tell you guys, because everyone else is killing it. You know, if everyone's making all this profit and you guys aren't profitable, then you guys might be doing something wrong. And if you guys are doing something wrong, you know, you guys can ask questions in here and we can figure out what you're doing wrong, because, you know, like I mentioned, there's always a solution to everyone's issue. You know, if you're not getting stuff right, there's always solutions to it. And the only way you'll have help with that is if you reach out to me specifically, or reach out to anyone in the group. If you just reach out in the premium chat, you know, all the members here are on the same goal. Everyone here wants to help each other be profitable and make a lot of profit. So if you guys reach out to the group, you know, we can help you out, because everyone's here for the same goal. We all want to be profitable. We all want to be, you know, make a lot of money at some point. So we're all here to help. You know, K2 is like a family, guys. We're a tribe here. We're not competing with each other. We're all trying to help each other, because if one of us wins, we all win, since we're all applying the same strategy. You know, if I'm taking this buy right here, you're taking this buy. So we're both wanting that to go shoot up. We're not like, oh, we're not, one person's going for a sell, one person's going to buy for a buy. We're all going for that buy. Same with US 30 right here, right? We're all going for this buy right here. So we're all for that same goal, for it to shoot up even further. We never go against each other, because we're all using the same strategy. So if you guys have questions, or if you guys aren't profitable with K2, you know, you're probably doing something incorrectly, and that's a simple fix. Just ask a question and then we can solve that problem, and there goes your profits. So easy as that, guys. But yeah, Dilraj, for London session, I probably would trade a London or, you know, European asset. So probably trade the DAX 30 or the UK 100 like everyone else. Kiki said, I did it right. My US position closed itself. Yeah, no, Kiki, we're still in this position. It's heavily in profit right now. You know, you might have gotten margin called out, so you might have not had enough money in your account to take that trade. And that's what we were talking about earlier, that, you know, your trade is going to, or your broker is really going to depend on if it can handle your account or not. Because some brokers allow you to trade US 30 with a much smaller account size, while others require, you know, a larger account size. So I'm not sure which broker you're using, Kiki, but that sounds like it might have been it. You might have gone margin called out. Let's see. David said Kumo said he might shut down indoor dining as well. That's crazy, bro. If they shut down indoor dining, yeah, I know. I've seen that too. I've seen like some sad people like in LA. They're getting their stuff shut down. And it's really sad because these people put their whole life into these restaurants and businesses, and they're shutting down like that. David, you got to get them on K2, bro. If they can't make money from the restaurant business, they can make money with K2. Meanwhile, so sign them up to K2. While this whole COVID thing is going on, because we can make some pretty nice profits off this US30 while everyone's stuck at home. And it's funny, guys, because we're over here making a ton of, like, I'm making so much profit just sitting here in my pajamas and in my office, just chilling in the comfort of my own place, rather than having to go and work a normal job. Like, guys, literally this morning, I traded those trades last night. I'm up 140 pips. This AU is going to hit TP2. I'll be up another 40 pips. Our US30, once it hits TP, I'm going to be up so much in profit where it's like you make someone's weekly salary in just a few hours just trading from the comfort of your home in your pajamas. It's just funny, man. It's funny when you think about it. I can never think about going back to a normal job ever again. Let's see. Edward said, check InstaDM. So yeah, and I'll check that out right now. Give me 1 second. Peter said, there's nothing better than K2 live trading room. Exactly, guys. Like, we get to hang out here. We're all going for the same goal. And then once it hits TP, we're all happy. It's like a big party here with K2. It literally just, it's just fun, guys. If you guys aren't having fun here, I don't know what to tell you guys, because, we're all making profit. We're all hitting TPs. It's a fun time for everybody. So if you guys aren't having fun, let us know so we can make it fun for you. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, Sierra said the UK 100 London chats is killing it. You guys have been killing it nonstop. If you guys have any profits you guys want me to share, just send it over to me or send them in any of the chats, and then I'll post them in the public group later. Because everyone loves to see everyone profit. Like, if you guys look at I save everyone's profits here. So you look at Cheryl over here, she made 500. Alec over here made 1,125. Tam over here made a couple $100. Sam K over here made 2,000. Tam made a little more right there. Mark made 1,700. Cheryl over here. Some of these are doubles. I'm gonna have to delete some of these. So I'm gonna delete this one. But I do save everyone's profits, guys, because I love seeing everyone win. Like, in K2, we're a family here, guys. So literally, if one of us wins, we all cheer each other on. We're not competing with each other, trying to be like, oh, I'm better than you, you're better than me, stuff like that. We're all literally trying to be profitable traders. So if we're all trading the same strategy, we're all looking at the same thing, we're all wanting it to go in the same direction, there's no reason for you guys to be unhappy, because if we're all winning, everyone's happy here. So here's AU. It's about to hit TP2 for 40 pips. It's looking great so far. So if that's moving up, our EU should be moving up as well. Damn, look at that. It's in profit too. So both our AU and EU are in profit, and not to mention our US30. So our US30 is in profit. How many pips right now? It's in profit about 200 to 300 pips. It's not much, but it's still going to be continuing up. So that's what I mentioned about, just not looking at it and letting it do what it's supposed to do, because if you just look at it, it's going to drive you insane. So everything's looking great, guys. We're in profit for every single position right now. So hopefully you guys are as happy as I am, because I know everyone else is pretty happy right now. Let's see what else we got here. Spencer said that was real talk right there. We all try our best to help each other. Exactly, guys. So, it doesn't hurt to cheer someone on. If someone's taking an entry using the same strategy we're all using, and you're not in that trade, there's no point in you getting jealous. Like, oh, I should have been in that trade, or I called that trade, or I could have taken it. We all cheer everyone on because everyone is applying the same strategy. Everyone's on the same goal. Everyone's on that same track to be a consistently profitable trader. And if you guys have been following me from the last year, 2 years ago, I've been doing this for a while, guys. There's a lot of people who still haven't found K2. So, one thing that I want to remind you guys is that if you guys haven't subscribed, or if you guys haven't liked this video, please do so, because, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for a group like this. People want to find a group to trade with. They want to find a legit community where everyone's trying to profit, taking the same trades. And those are hard to find. You know, there's a lot of scam artists in this Forex industry, not just Forex, but in all of the trading world. There's a lot of scammers out there, and it's hard for people to find a legit group that's legitimately there for your, you know, best interest. So if you guys haven't already, just, you know, like this video, do us a favor and just help out the algorithm so that other people looking for groups like this can find us and they can trade with us. You know, the bigger the party, the better, because then we all profit together. We all celebrate together. And if you guys aren't subscribed, you know, just a reminder, I have mentoring sessions that I have daily, and I don't send out the link. So if you guys are subscribed to the video, you guys will get an email saying, you know, Shawn is on a mentoring session right now. So I think I showed you guys earlier on the YouTube channel that I go on live randomly throughout the week or like throughout the day. And I have live mentoring sessions with, you know, the K2 members. So if you look here on the YouTube channel, it shows all of the previous live streams. So here I have mentoring sessions that happened 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And if you guys want to sit in on these mentoring sessions, it's completely free. You guys can sit in for free, see how I mentor people one-on-one, learn something from that as well. And it's all completely free, guys. I'm not charging anything for that. So if you guys are subscribed and you guys like the video, YouTube will know that you want to continue seeing my video. So they'll send you emails like, hey, Shawn's live right now for a mentoring session. If you want to enter, feel free. And then you can join the video and just sit in and learn something. Because the thing with trading, guys, is that it never stops. You never stop learning. If I learn something new, I'm going to show you guys. I never hide anything from you guys because I want everyone to be successful as I've been, because I've never had a mentor. I've never taken a course. I've never paid for anything. I learned everything from scratch. And I'm here just passing down all the knowledge that, you know, I learned over the years. So this just goes to show that, you know, we're all here for the same goal, guys. So never feel left out. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat and I can answer anything that you guys have questions about. But yeah, US30 is pulling back. That's why I say not to look at it, because you'll see this, it'll shoot up, then it'll shoot down, and then it'll shoot back up, and then it'll shoot down. And then when you least expect it, what happens like at 12, you guys, I know you guys are all familiar with this. When it hits like 12, it shoots straight to TP. Happens all the time. So that's why I never recommend watching the trade. You know, if you're in the trade, just let it play, because it's just going to do what it wants from now until the end of the session. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Back here at AU, it's 9:14 right now, guys. So I'm going to start looking for new Forex entries once this candle closes. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a ton of messages right now. You can see my Telegram's blowing up and my text messages. So I'm gonna try to get through those in a little bit. But otherwise, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, David said London smack this morning. Definitely. Harmony said, what time do you go live? New to this live session. So Harmony, I go live every morning at about 6 to 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's basically when the New York Stock Exchange opens and when we take our US30 entries. So every morning, Monday through Thursday, sometimes Fridays, at 6 to 6:30 a.m. I'll be on at around that time. And then I usually hang out until maybe 10 a.m. Once the market starts to shift for the next session. So if you ever want to hop on, Harmony, just make sure that you're subscribed and you like the video so that you'll get notifications whenever I go live. And if you want to sign up to the free intro course for K2, to go on the website, k2trades.com. You click here to unlock free access to K2, and then you'll have access to the full K2 course. And then you'll have access to all of the Telegram groups and pretty much all the results that we've had for the entire year. If you go down to the results, I have results that go back all the way to August 2018. So you have 2 years of data of my trades every single day, every single month, every single year. If you guys want to go and take a look at that. Otherwise, let me see what else we have here. We have David said, I wear a robe and a beanie when I'm at home. It's lovely. Yeah, bro, I remember the last time we video chatted, we were like super bundled up. I was like, damn, this guy's really cold. Spencer said, hey, show the vibe with K2 on the stock market. You can pick which stock. Oh yeah, definitely. No, 100%. You know what I started to do? So what I started to do is I created a new list right here, and I'll probably share with you guys later on. But this is like a long-term investment list. I have basically dividend stocks that I'm looking at, and you know, basically a lot of these pay very good dividends. So I'm looking at these currently. I'm just gonna keep analyzing them. But basically for these stocks right here, these are going to be like long-term holds. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to, you know, catch these little dips that happen. And then I'm probably going to buy, and then I'm going to hold them because all of these pay really good dividends. I did my research on these, and I have this huge list of stocks that I plan on, you know, possibly holding and whatnot. So once I get done with all of this list, then I'll probably share with you guys, because like I mentioned, I'm here to help you guys out. You know, I don't hide anything from you guys. I'm literally putting all this stuff together so that you know, we could all be profitable together. Because what's the point of being profitable if you can't share it? You know, there's enough profit to go around. But okay, so we have one question right here. Wax John said, hi, Shawn Trendsetter. Life Plus said, Shawn, you were drawing that reversal zone on your own, right? Not part of K tools. Life Plus, they're all of these zones are drawn using the K2SR indicator. So these zones right here are from the K2SR indicator. So if I hide this right here, you can see that these zones that I drew down here are from the K2SR. Same with the Forex pairs as well. So with the Forex pairs as well, over here for AU, all of these zones that are drawn over here, they're all drawn using the K2SR indicator. So if I turn this on and I hide this, you guys can see that the zones are drawn using the K2SR. So all those reversal points are all drawn using the same tool. Let me update this right here. It looks like the zone got a little smaller. Oh yeah, so if this AU right here closes above the zone on this candle, then we for sure will see it skyrockets to a full TP right there. So that's pretty much how I drew these zones, Live Plus. If you want to see how I drew them, just go to the YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, I have the weekly chart analysis right here. So 10 hours ago, I went live for the weekly chart analysis. If you just click on this, I pretty much marked up all the charts and I showed from scratch how I draw all of those zones. And it's real simple. Nice. So AU is about to hit TP2 right there. It's looking good. Let me see what else we got here. Oh yeah, okay. So we have one question from Flynn. Flynn wants me to check out German DAX. So US30. So the DAX moves very similar to US30. Flynn, I'm sure you're aware of that, right? So looking at it's just a pullback signal. Looking at the DAX right here, it's actually going sideways. Doesn't look like it's really moving very much. Let me see if there's any zones that were created. All right, turn on my K2SR. All right, so we got these zones right here. Zones are too messy. Actually, let me go on the 10-minute right here. So I'll go on the 10-minute, turn on the momentum indicator. So right here, we have a bullish bias, right? We have a bullish bias at 6 a.m. So yeah, if you took the London entry right here, it looks like you would have made a ton of profit. But looking at price currently right here, we do have a bullish bias. So, you know, following this bullish bias right here, we did have a zone of rejection right there. So from this right here, oh, well, this would have hit full TP already. So, or no, not yet. So technically, I think the DAX is going to keep pushing up from right here because it hasn't hit full TP yet. So Flynn, if you're looking at the DAX, I see this rejection from this point. So first, I'm going to show you right here. We have this zone created from the K2SR. So you can see it's a pretty strong zone. It's tested it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 or 10 times. We had this rejection, or actually the rejection right here. Let me just replay it from that signal earlier. All right, so looking at price right here for the DAX, we had this rejection off this point, price came up, break and retest, came back for another test, then a buy signal. So from that point, I would have anticipated this to shoot on up, right? So we let this run, and then it tested it a second time, and it's currently still active. So I still think the DAX is the DAX. So Flynn said, if you did a K2 DAX entry, how many pips would you? I personally wouldn't know, Flynn, because I don't trade the DAX. So in order to get that sweet spot, you have to back test years of data. I back tested US30 5 to 10 years back, and that's why I have that specific sweet spot. I haven't back tested DAX, so I'm not sure exactly where to put your stop loss and where to put your TP. So that's something that you would have to figure out on your own. Or you can just use TradingView to plot it for you. So if you were to plot it for you, you just hit the long position, you enter right there, and then it sets it up for you. That's how I did it earlier. But I personally don't know what's the sweet spot for the DAX, because I don't even trade the DAX. So I don't know how it moves. I'm just analyzing it using the K2 indicators here. Yeah, exactly, Flynn. That's why I mentioned for the London entry, if you're going to trade London, then trade European assets. Trade the DAX, trade the UK 100. You can trade the US30 if you want, because they move similarly, but I don't recommend it because of the way that it moves. Obviously it's not going to move as smooth as it would during the New York session. So this is pretty much what I see, Flynn, for this. I can't give you like an exact number of where to put your stop loss, but I would generally put it at the previous swing and then include the ATR. So that's what I use for the TradingView. So basically what TradingView does is if you zoom out, you hit the long position at your entry, it's going to factor in the swing, which is right here. This is a swing, right? Plus it includes the ATR, the average true range. So that's why I gave it a little space, because if you had your stop loss right there, you'd have gotten caught in the stop loss hunt. That always happens. They spike price down to the previous swing right here. They get to stop people out, and then it shoots straight to profit. So don't get caught in that. And that's probably the easiest way to analyze it with regard to your stop loss TP. But yeah, I probably wouldn't take it during US session. I would probably take it during London session. But all right, let me see if there's anything else that is available here. So that's it for DAX. Let me go back to our current pairs. Just want to make sure. Man, this AU's been playing like all day, guys. Look how close it was to CP2 right there. It was literally like 2 pips away, but it wants to keep playing and bouncing around. So we'll just have to wait and see how it how it plays out, obviously. Just put this on the 4-hour. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for this to play out. It's about 9:30, so I'm gonna start looking for Forex entries soon, guys. Let me just see if there's any other entries over here available. Victor said, Shawn, whatever happened to the US30 strategy you were testing on the 1-hour time frame? So I pretty much scrapped that strategy. Well, obviously I know how to use it, but I'm not going to be teaching that strategy, because the problem is a lot of people want to trade US30 on the 1-hour time frames, but they don't have an account to handle that. So I'm not going to give it to you guys, because the problem is a lot of people, when I first released it, they blew their accounts because they over leveraged like crazy, because they're like, oh, Shawn has this new strategy, it's going to work, right? The thing is, we hit full TP on that strategy, but people were over leveraging. They couldn't handle it. So what happened was they price retraced down, it hit their stop, or they got margin called out because their account was too small, and then it ended up hitting full TP. So people were upset because it hit their stop loss, but for other people, it hit their full TP. So some people were happy, some people were not. And I mean, it doesn't matter how much advice I give you guys, or anything I recommend. There's some people that will just never listen. So I'm not going to be releasing that strategy anymore, just because I don't want people to blow their accounts. It's not that I don't want to share it. It's that I'm protecting you guys from blowing your accounts, because a lot of people don't. They just don't listen. And it sucks, because it does affect other people that wanted that strategy. But I'm just not going to share it with you guys, because it's just too risky of a strategy for the majority of people. So maybe at some point in the future, if I'm able to tweak it a little bit to make it a little safer. But right now, a lot of people just aren't able to trade that strategy because it's such a huge risk, since it's more of a swing trade versus these intraday trades that we're taking every day. Let's see. GTA said, "Hey, I passed FTMO 50K trial in a week with all K2 trades. Shawn, what are your thoughts on starting a 100K challenge in December or waiting until after the holidays?" So this is a question I get every day too, guys. It's a funny question because a lot of people think they can time the markets, but you really can't, guys. So my advice is, if you're confident and you're ready to take the challenge, then take it. If you're not, then just wait. Because here's the thing, a lot of people sat out November, right? Because they thought that the market was going to be all over the place, or the market was going to be dead, and they weren't going to be able to take any trades, right? So here's what happened in November. So for those people that were too scared to trade during November, they ended up not taking any profits, right? But if you traded during November, these are November results. So if you missed all of these trades, you would have missed out on 39 wins and only 3 losses for a gain of 1,490 pips for Forex. So looking at November right here, November week 1 was elections. So even though we didn't trade much, we still made profit. Thanksgiving was right here on November week 4, and we had 13 wins and 0 losses. So the people who were scared to trade during Thanksgiving because it was a holiday and they thought markets were going to be dead, they were sadly mistaken, because we made a ton of profits that week. So this is what I mean about, there's no perfect time and there's no bad time to take FTMO. If you feel comfortable, then you can do it. Otherwise, if you're not ready for it, then just hold off. So it's really going to be up to you. It's going to be a personal decision, because even looking here at the indices results for November, we didn't have a lot of wins or a lot of losses or even a lot of profits, but it was still in profit. And it might've been enough to, to pass your FTMO, because we had 8 wins, 4 losses for a gain of 3,750 pips. Plus FTMO is also giving an extension, I think a week or 2 extension. I think someone mentioned it here. Yeah, John said FTMO is giving an extra 10 days for the holidays. So it's really up to you if you're ready or not to take it. If you are, then go ahead and do it. If not, then just hold off and wait until you are ready. But there's no perfect time. So don't base your time just because it's December, just because it's the holidays, that you're not going to do it, because you could be missing on a lot of good trades where you can pass within a week or so, just because you wanted to wait for that perfect time to do it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for FTMO. Let's see if there's any other questions. Let's see. So Flynn said, "How is?" And I need to turn off these. Actually, I don't mind. I'll leave them on for now. I'll take them off later. So Flynn said, "Oh man, look at David. David over here quit work. Did you quit your job, David? You went from Ron Mexico to the real David." Sorry, guys, I'm getting cold. How is UCAD looking? So let me go to UCAD real quick. UCAD is, UCAD's, I think I drew these zones yesterday. Let me see what the next zone is. The next zone is super far down, right? Yeah. So UCAD still has a way to go. If the US dollar remains to be weak, which I hope it does, because we have a buy for both AU and EU. If it remains to be weak, UCAD's probably going to continue down further. So I personally wouldn't enter now, because I want to have some zones around this area. However, what it looks like here is that it's been establishing lower highs and lower lows since November 12th. So right here, established a high, established a low, established a high, established a low, established a high, and then vice versa. It just keeps establishing lower lows and lower highs. So right now, price established a low right here, and then it established a lower high right here, right? So basically, I think this is going to continue down. Honestly, once it breaks even further down, it'll probably just keep going down. So it'll probably go down a bit, do the same thing it's been doing this whole time, go down, retest, go down further until it gets down to this, this lower zone right here. So I personally want it to continue down because we have positions going that same direction. However, you know, there's not really going to be any guarantee that's going to come down, because the thing with this is it can retrace back at any point, maybe test this for a break and retest, and then maybe come back down. So for UCAD, there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out. However, I personally would wait to see, you know, what goes on meanwhile, because this is such an open space right here, guys. Like there's so much open area right here where price can literally go. It can go anywhere. It can go down, it can go up, it can go sideways, it can go literally anywhere. So that's why I would hold off until more structure has been created right here, because this is a big space. Like, look, if you check this gap out, this gap is, geez, this gap is nearly 400 pips. It's 370 pips. So a lot can happen between here and there. So that's why I would hold off on this for a bit. And then once new structure has been created in this area, then you can identify, you know, the K2 strategies as it continues down, because we did take this entry right here, I believe, right here. And then we pretty much wrote this down for, I think, like 100 pips or something. The last time we went on the live and I analyzed this position. So if the US dollar remains weak, because you can see right here, price is going down, right? Like I mentioned earlier, price is going down. That means that the second currency is stronger than the first currency, indicating that the US dollar is weak. So if you look at all of the USD pairs, see AU over here is going up, right? It's going up because the US dollar is weak and the Australian dollar is stronger than the US dollar. Same with E over here, price is going up because the US dollar is weak. G over here, price is shooting up from here because the US dollar is weak. The pound is stronger than the US dollar. And then you just keep going on. NZD/USD, it's going up because the US dollar is weak. USD/CHF, this is where the opposite happens. It's going down because the Swiss franc is stronger than the US dollar. Same with UCAD. The Canadian dollar is stronger than the US dollar. And then lastly, the UJ. So looking at UJ right here, it's going down because the JPY is stronger than the US dollar. So quick explanation right there. But yeah, for UCAD, let me see what I asked for again, sorry. So yeah, and for UCAD, I personally would take a sell, but I would wait for it to you know, confirm. Maybe you break this little structure right here and then pretty much ride that down with it. Let's see what else we got here. All right, cool. So let me continue down the questions over here. Flynn said maybe K2 can have a separate FTMO group for the US30 1-hour strategy. No, so that's the thing, Flynn. The 1-hour strategy can't be used on the FTMO because of the daily risk limits. Because if you, it's a swing trading strategy. So if you're swing trading US30, you can't hold it over the weekend. So if you enter a trade, say, you know, Thursday, and you're in a deep loss on Friday, you're gonna have to take that loss. And the problem with you carrying over losses from day to day is that you could easily trigger your daily max loss limit. So that's why I don't recommend it. It's not something that should be used for FTMO. It's more so something to use on your personal account for like a long-term hold. But like I mentioned, it's too risky because a lot of people don't have the account size to handle that move, and that's why we're not going to be teaching that. It's just too risky, guys. Honestly, it's way too risky for the majority of people, and it's something that I don't want people to be upset about, because people get upset over anything. And the thing is, with me, I don't want to deal with people complaining about things because they lost money due to their own mistakes. And you guys have seen, you know, the revolving door that happens with trading, with people who blow their accounts. They don't learn from anything. They come back, they blow their accounts again, and it's just a never-ending cycle. So I'd rather teach you guys how to trade properly rather than taking, you know, risks like that. Maybe once your account's large enough, maybe I can show you it personally. We'll see how that's going. David said, I wish we went to physical therapy. I mean, that's better than being at work, right? See, Damon said, you advise trading 2 different FTMO accounts, one for US30 and the other for Forex pairs. You can do that, Damien. I'm actually thinking about doing that as well because I do have 2 FTMO accounts right now. They both trade US30. I'm going to be starting a third one. So maybe for that third one, I might merge that into 3 to trade FTMO US30. And then I'm going to possibly make a additional account that's not merged just for the, the Forex trade, sorry. Flynn said, Shawn, would you ever trade oil or call oil trades? Oh man, Flynn, you're new here, huh? I don't know if anyone from the old group is still here, but I used to call oil trades until oil went to shit, went to like $0. And then we just, it became an asset that I don't really like to trade anymore because that, like, when that went to 0, a lot of people like either made a lot of money or majority of people lost money because people weren't trading it properly. But if you guys were in K2, I think, what was it, last year? So yeah, if you're in K2 last year, or not even last year, I think it was April. Yeah. So if you're in K2 around April, you guys were around when this huge drop happened. So when this happened, it went to 0. This is when I didn't want to trade oil anymore because it just didn't become a reliable asset to trade. I mean, you can trade oil. See, now it's probably smoothened out. So now we can probably trade it again. But me personally, I just don't trade oil. I don't trade any commodities. I just trade Forex and I trade US30 because I know where my strengths are. So I focus on what I'm good at. But if you look at look at oil here, the same strategy works on here as well. It's just, I personally don't know what the pip size and position size should be for oil because I don't trade it anymore. And that's why I wouldn't give signals for it, because the thing is, if I start to introduce new things into the group, I'm gonna get a million questions, and you guys can see how busy I am already with, Forex and US30. So just for that specific reason, I'm not gonna add any other assets to the signals. You guys can apply yourself. You guys have access to the K2 indicators. You guys can see here, I'm analyzing oil and I don't even trade oil. So you guys can see how easy it is to analyze if you have these K2 indicators. So yeah, sorry, but I'm not going to call any oil calls, but you can literally trade these on your own and you can do perfectly fine using the same strategies that I use for Forex. So right here, we have a bullish momentum. I'm sure, yeah, right here, bullish momentum. Price is breaking the structure right here. What we'd have to look for next is the higher zone. So the next zone is like way up here, right? So what's probably going to happen here is you can probably take a buy entry here, or that buy entry actually started right here, and then pretty much ride this oil entry. So you guys can see that the same strategy I use for Forex, same strategy I use for any other asset, works for oil as well. Works for gold, works for oil, works for silver, anything you want to trade. So right here for gold, for oil, this is probably going to shoot up and hit full TP at that point. So what I recommend is, if you guys want to trade other assets, just learn the K2 strategies because it works perfectly fine on all assets here. So like, here's an example right here, right? Price broke, we had a buy signal right here. Price broke the structure over here. If I rewind this to this point, it's the same strategy that I just applied up there. Price broke the structure. You enter a long position right here. This is kind of far off. So let me move this a little bit. So same exact strategy right here. You let it run. And what happens? Full TP, right? So this just goes to show that, the strategies work all around for all assets. So if you want to apply it on oil, feel free. This is probably a nice buy position that's going to be forming right here. But I personally am not going to take it because I don't trade oil anymore. I don't know what the lot sizes are. I don't know how to measure it. So that's why I'm probably not going to call any of these oil trades. See what else we got here. Flynn said, if you merge 3 Ftmo accounts, you will use a lot size of 45. Yeah, I believe so. Let me check. Sorry, my math sucks, guys. Yeah, actually, it's 15 times 3 is 45, right? My math does suck. That's why I became an attorney, not a mathematician. But here I am trading now. So I went from lawyer to full-time trader. And let me tell you guys, it's such a relief because I don't like waking up early in the morning, going to court, dealing with people. Oh man, being a lawyer sucked. I mean, it didn't suck, but I guess working for a big firm, working corporate law just really sucked. It was literally a grind. Wake up at like 5 every morning, drive to my office, literally just hate being at work all day. Now I'm here, I get to hang out with you guys and I make way more money than I did as an attorney. So, you know, how the times have changed and how glad I am that I don't have to go back to that. Sorry guys. But yeah, going back to the questions here. Yeah, Flynn said if you merge 3 Ftmo accounts, it'd be 45 lots. Geez, so let's check that out, Flynn. So like if we were to take 45 lots, 4.5 times 1,500, geez. So every time I trade that three merge account, I'll be making like 6,000 or 7,000 per trade. That's crazy, right? And then say we had 5 trades a week, damn, 33,000 times 4. Geez, you can make like 100K a month. That's freaking crazy. You know, just trading US30. So I'm pretty excited for that. That's going to be goals for, you know, next, was it probably by next year I'll have it. So 35, damn, 135,000. You keep 70%. Your take home is still nearly 100K. That's crazy. Times 12. Jeez. That's a lot of money, guys. So I'm hyped for that. Just got to stay consistent with our US30 and just keep trading, you know? And this is why I don't really push K2 on you guys. You know, if you guys want the blueprint, you guys want access to all of this, it's available to you guys, but I'm not here promoting K2. You know, I'm not trying to push this in your face. You guys got to sign up for K2 Premium. It's really up to you guys. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's really up to you. You know, it's available to you guys. If you guys want to use it, it's there for you. If not, it doesn't really make a difference for us here at K2, because regardless as to whether you join K2 or if you just, you know, join the live webinars every day, we're still going to be making the same profits, guys. We're still going to be taking the same trades. So it doesn't matter if we have more people in the group or less people in the group. We're all still going to keep making the same profits. So if you guys want to join the group and make profits with us, then you guys are welcome. But if not, you guys can keep watching us, because I'm just going to keep going live, you know, pretty much every day. And you guys will see all these live trades being called daily. Let's see what else we got here. Deshaun said, I started my funding talent 25K account. It's a little easier than Ftmo, and you can use almost any broker. Flynn said funding talent has too many rules. So I've heard about funding talent. I haven't even looked at it though, but I'm doing like perfectly fine with Ftmo. So there's like no reason for me to really swap over. So I'm probably not going to move to funding talent, because I already, you know, I set my roots with Ftmo and I'm doing well with them every month. So I'm probably not going to switch over. But I did hear that funding talent does have too many rules. So the thing is, you know, the way that I see everything is, you know, don't fix something that's not broken. So a lot of people, they can't pass Ftmo and they try to go over to like these other funding groups that aren't well established. Because I've seen some people get scammed by a bunch of these other groups, trying to, you know, beat the system. But the Ftmo system is so simple. I don't understand like why people try to go to other stuff. But Deshaun, hopefully that funding account, that funding talent thing works well for you, because, you know, I just want to see everyone's success. But I'm personally not going to use funding talent. I'm probably going to keep using, you know, the same thing that I'm already using, because I'm already used to it and I already know how everything works and I know how the payouts work and all that stuff. So I'm just going to stick with Ftmo. If something better comes along the line, then yeah, I'll switch over. But I don't think funding talent is one of the companies that I'm really looking at here. I'll Google it real quick. Funding talent. So I haven't even looked at funding talent before, but let's pull it up right now and see what's good with it. Yeah, guys, just looking at funding talent's website, this looks like a total scam, bro. So I'm not even gonna bother looking at this. Yeah, honestly, dude, funding talent looks super scammy. So I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother even clicking on any of this stuff because it just doesn't look legit to me at all. You know, I know Ftmo looks a little fishy too, but the thing is, a lot of people have done Ftmo and like, you know, you've seen big traders trade on Ftmo, and they actually get payouts just like myself. But you know, comparing the websites, this looks a little less scammy compared to funding talent. This looks like a website that I could have just paid someone in like India to make for me. You know, no disrespect to any, but like you can pay someone on like Fiverr to build a website for you for like $100 or less, and they can build the same exact website and make it look legit. But I don't know, for me personally, it just doesn't look legit to me. So I don't know. Hopefully hopefully you do well with this, Shawn. You know, I'm wishing you all the best. But me personally, just by looking at the website, it just doesn't look legit to me. And I've heard of this company, Forex Tips 101. They're like they're always advertising on Instagram. So if you're going to a company that's like advertising and they're literally just trying to make money off you guys, yeah. So we'll see. Sierra said, with funding talent, it's a new company. They have a lot of good reviews on YouTube. But here's the thing, Sierra. They have an affiliate program. So of course you're gonna give good reviews because you're gonna make money when you sign up from their links, right? So that's why I also don't I don't trust stuff like that, because I don't know. Honestly, me personally, I've been training for 10 years, guys. So I have experience in this game. I've seen companies come and go. Forex Tips is a brand new company. So even for that specific reason, I wouldn't trade with them because I want something that's established. So let me see where the how it works. No profit targets, compounding returns. I'm trying to figure out where yeah, Adam said the payouts are really bad for funding talent. So there's going to be pros and cons regardless, guys. But for me, I don't really care about the payouts. I'm more so, well, no, of course I care about the payouts. I'm more focused on a company that I can trust, because the thing with funding talent is if they just disappear off the face of the earth, which they possibly can, you know, if someone decides to sue them or if someone doesn't get their payouts and they just disappear, there goes your account, there goes your money. Thing with Ftmo, they've been around for years. They've been around for a long time, so they're not just going to disappear. And yeah, I mean, your money could just go missing. I'm trying to figure out how the payouts are here. Okay, how does funding work? Are there no details here? I'm trying to figure out what the details are for how this works. Bi-weekly payouts. Elite education, leaderboard. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out take every dollar you earn. Aggressive accounts. Yeah, I'll have to look into this more, but me personally, I probably wouldn't see. The thing is, they have all of these other options too that are like kind of weird. Let's see, 3 days. Overall loss. It looks like the requirements are the same thing, guys. It's a max 5%, a 5% max daily loss, a max 10% initial loss. I mean, overall loss, 3 minimum trading days a week. The thing is, you're not going to trade 3 days a week, guys. If you're a real trader, you're not going to trade 3 days a week. So the Ftmo's 10 days a week is not. I mean, 10 days for a whole month is not really, actually these requirements are pretty strict. 3 trading days a week. What if it's like a bad week, like there's elections and there's a holiday that same week and you don't trade 3 days, you're gonna get screwed. Trader receives monthly funding earnings. Yeah, I'll have to look into it a lot deeper, guys, but I don't know, just looking at the website just doesn't look legit to me at all. And just the fact that it's a new company, it also doesn't, the thing with the company, guys, is that they haven't ran through all of the problems yet. You know, Ftmo has been around for years, so they've run through all these issues. The thing with Forex Tips is that they've only been around for, I think, less than a year, maybe. And every time you run into these problems, you're going to be their guinea pig. So they're going to be like, oh, should I pay him out? Should like, they're not going to be as solid with all their stuff. So I'll have to go and take a look at that later, guys. But let me just take a look at the trades real quick, because the 4-hour candle is about to close. So we've got, let me just skim through these real quick. JPY, odd NZD, AU, and we're still waiting for this to hit TP2. It's almost there. Let me just see if there's any other entries here real quick. All right, so Euro odd, this might be an entry. Euro CAD, Euro CHF, EG. EJ, EN, possibly. No, I don't think so. Man, TradingView is running really slow right now. Trying to Kiki, are you still in this chat? I just saw your message. You said, hey, bro, I need your help, please. I'm in the live right now, bro, so I can't really answer your question. If you want to ask me, ask it in the chat, or, you know, if you can wait, I can answer it after I get off the live. But I'm still live right now, so I can't answer any questions. Yeah, my Telegram's like blowing up right now. So I don't know if you guys are DMing me, I won't be able to get to you until I'm done with the live. So probably give me a few minutes, because I'm just going to look for trades right now. If I don't see anything, then we're not going to take anything for Forex. Otherwise, I'm going to, I'll try to get to you as soon as possible. But if it's something that's not personal, you can just message me in the chat, because that's probably your best option to get a hold of me right now. But yeah, we don't really have any entries right here for Forex. The only ones that I see is NZD, JPY. Let me see how the JPY pairs are moving. Yeah, I don't know. The JPYs look, they're both back and forth. Okay, so AJ's up, NJ's up. Let me see this real quick. How far is this from here? About 60 pips. Euro NZD. I probably wouldn't take this trade. See, the NZDs do look a little strong though. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm correlating these pairs. So if I'm looking for a sell for Euro NZD, I want to make sure that the NZDs are strong all across the board, so that if we take this trade here, you know, we could have confidence that the NZD is strong. It's going to continue in that direction. So NZD here looks good. I mean, these are both going to line up. These might be a good correlating entry here. So 40 pips. Euro odd. This might be a sell, but it's a little risky. So looking at Euro odd right here, it's probably going to be Yeah, we probably reach 50 pips on this one, maybe. It's a bit of a risky move, though. So we got Euro odd right here. I got about 3 minutes left on this clock. I'm going to see if I could see these correlations. So Euro odd, this is going to be indicating that the AUD is strong, which it is. So that might be a good entry right there. It's also going to indicate that the euro is weak, which I don't think is the case here. Actually, euro is weak. Oh, wow, okay. So we might have some entries here, actually. I might take these entries because the euro is weak. I mean, aside from the euro USD, because obviously it's paired with USD, which is also weak. So yeah, we might have a couple entries right here. Let me go back to the chat. So everyone is like, everyone's talking about, I'll have to go back and reread everything. But guys, you guys got to remember that, or not, you guys probably don't know, but there's a lot of these funding companies that are popping out of nowhere. You know, Ftmo used to be the main one that everyone is using for Forex, but all of a sudden there's like 20 funding companies that are out. So you guys got to keep in mind that all these companies aren't going to be lasting very long. You know, some of them are going to get sued. Some of them are going to start scamming. You know, stuff's going to happen. And the thing is, if I had to choose, I would stick with the company that's been around for years versus me going over to this new company that's trying to copy what Ftmo is doing and giving you guys these incentives that, you know, makes you want to join. The only people that are going to those are the people that haven't passed Ftmo. Like if you can't pass Ftmo, you should be more focused on getting better at trading than finding, you know, an easier way out. Because if you can't trade on Ftmo, which teaches you how to use proper risk, then you're not going to do any better on these other funding platforms. Because the thing is, you might get lucky your first week, your first 2 weeks, you might get lucky and then, you know, make some profit. And then the next week, you're just going to lose it all. So I think everyone's main goal should be to get better at trading. Don't try to find a shortcut to find a better funding company, because if your trading isn't there yet, it's not going to make a difference whether you trade with Ftmo, whether you trade with funding talent, whether you trade with, I mean, any other funding company. There's a lot of other funding companies that I've seen appear very recently. And in my perspective, they just seem a little scammy to me, guys. So I'm just looking out for you guys. I'm not trying to bad talk funding talent, but, you know, me personally, I like to think very logically, and I'd rather choose something that is more established versus trying something that's brand new. All right, so let me call this trade real quick. So we do have an entry here for EA. All right, so let me call this real quick, guys. Sell stop. Yeah, guys, I'm getting a ton of questions on Telegram. I have like 21 questions right now. I do see everyone's messages. I'll try to go through them real quick, but first I'm going to post up these trades, and then I'll try to zoom through those. So let me just hold this off right here. So there's Euro odd for sell position. We got Euro NZD right here for another sell position. Down to the risk right here on this one. All right, no news until tomorrow, so we should be good on this. Or actually, this isn't an entry. I'm not going to call this one. It could be fine. I'm just going to leave it up there, but I'm not going to call it because we would have to wait for, you know, price to break a structure. For here for EA, it broke structure, so we do have that entry. For EN over here, price hasn't broken a structure yet. Or let me see if there's a structure that I haven't identified. So no. Like I mentioned here, price broke the structure. We had a buy signal. That's why we took a buy right here, right? for about 133 pip profit. However, right here, we have a sell signal, but no structure has been broken. Unless there was a structure right here and price broke it, then yeah, we would take that entry. However, there's no structure there. So I'm not going to call that, even though it might be a decent trade. So we'll just watch that. I'm not going to call it though. NZD/JPY right here. This can be a decent. Let me just go check real quick all the NZD pairs, make sure they're all bullish. NZD CAD bullish, 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 bullish. That's it for the NZD pairs. Let me look at the JPY pairs. JPY pairs are also weak. Or no, they're not. So it's kind of it's a mixed bag right now for these specific pairs. Looks like the market's starting to move a little weird right now. So let me see. John said, can we take E at market? Yeah, you can, John, if you like. It's like right at entry. Because I think your spread might be too wide. You might not be able to catch that specific sell stop. The JPYs are a little iffy right now. Because the thing is, I would want them to correlate if I'm going to take that buy right there, because it's going to indicate that the JPY is weak all around. The only thing is the NZ is strong right now, but the JPYs aren't necessarily all weak. So I'm going to skip that trade. We currently only have we have 3 trades open right now: AUD USD, Euro AUD, and E right here, plus our US30 that's not looking so hot, but it's okay. So for US30 right here, guys, I'm not gonna watch it, because the thing is, it could come down to this structure down here, and then it could shoot right back up. So like I mentioned, it's something that it's not worth watching, because we're not going to see volatility till like 12. So in like 2 hours, we'll start to see some crazy volatility. Right now, it's just going to be bouncing around back and forth for a bit. So we trade this every day, so we know exactly how it moves. Not too worried about it, unless something happens in the news. So something in the news could affect it. That's the main thing. So that's why we try to keep track of what's going on in the news, to see if there's anything here that will push price. I don't see anything new that's come up. Let me go to the news real quick. Yeah, I don't really see anything else here that is directly affecting US30. So, this is always going to happen where there's some back and forth movement. Just don't get scared, guys. Just leave your trade alone and then just let it play out. So I'm not going to bother looking at that. It looks like everything is pulling back right now, guys. So I wouldn't worry. So AUD USD is pulling back a little bit. But you know what happens? It's like a little slingshot. It pulls back a little bit and then it skyrockets. So I'm not too worried about these trades at all. It's going to keep them running. And then now I'm going to go and take. Yeah, Kiki, like I mentioned, you don't have to look at the US30s. Just like I mentioned, I already told you from the beginning, like in everyone else, don't look at the US30, because you did exactly what I told you not to do, and that's why you're freaking out. So don't bother looking at it, because it's going to move back and forth, and we're not going to change the position because we already know how it moves. So Kiki, just calm down, go take a walk, go to the gym, go do something, but don't look at US30, because if you keep looking at it, and obviously you're not an experienced trader because your trading emotions aren't there yet. So if your trade psychology isn't there, you're going to psych yourself out. So I'm not going to look at US30 because I just did, and it's just going to stress you out if I keep looking at it. So we'll leave that alone. Let me go ahead and take a look at, we had a lot of chats since then. Let me see. Okay. So we had, Flynn said, Shawn, did you watch Suits? What was your favorite lawyer show? So Suits was definitely one of my favorite lawyer shows. That definitely made me want to become a corporate lawyer. But in reality, I realized that it's stressful. It's not a fun time. So I don't recommend it to anyone unless that's really what you want to do, because it's going to take a toll on your health and your life. I was literally working like 12-hour days every single day. And it was stressful, guys. It was super stressful. Let's see. Spencer said, did you say you would combine 3, then add another, or just rock your personal? I'm thinking of rocking 3 for sure. and still have my personal. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, Spencer. So I'm going to be combining 3, and then I'm going to keep using my personal. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. I might make a separate Ftmo just for Forex, but for now I'm just going to stick with US30 because that's, that's what we trade. Let me see what else we got here. So let me see. I'm just reading through the chat right now, guys. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nice. So Mary's here. She said she was she's at one of your students passed funding talent. Let's see everything here. Video explains. Flynn said, but Sierra, Ftmo is 70% payout, which is better than 10%. Yeah, I would not trade funding talent. It's only 10% payout. It doesn't really make sense for me to do that because I'm already making 70% with Ftmo. Flynn said, I've watched the videos and seen other YouTubers talk about funding talent, and they are even confused about all the rules. So that's what I meant about, trading with a new company. They don't really set everything out. So people are really confused about how it works, and then they can change rules whenever they want. Sierra said, yep, same rules as Ftmo. You just get paid sooner and less. Oh, yeah. So if you get paid, I don't for me personally, guys, we make enough profit trading our normal accounts, and trading is a long-term game. So even if you get paid sooner, that wouldn't be a game changer for me because I don't need my money. I don't need my profits tomorrow, guys. I could trade for a month, make a ton of profit with Ftmo, then get my payout there, and then I'll be good living off that profit for the next month or so, So that's another red flag if your funding company is giving you these incentives I'll pay you quicker or whatnot. That is basically, they're trying to lure in certain people. They're trying to lure in people that need money, the get rich quick people, because in reality you don't need the money in 2 days. You don't need the money bi-weekly unless you really need the money, and that's what they're doing. They're trying to lure in these people to get them into this get rich quick scheme so that these people will go and sign up for funding talent or whatever company it is, just because they know that you're going to lose your money. So I'd be careful for that too. I mean, there's a lot of red flags that you guys can look towards, but just looking at these messages that you guys have sent out, it doesn't look like something that I would ever want to do. Yeah, Damien said on funding talent, you basically trade a demo account for 3 months plus. You get 10% payout of your profits every 2 weeks, and they deposit 5K into a live account when your balance is above that. You can't access that account until you've acquired 15K profits. Yeah, that makes no sense to me, guys. I wouldn't trade with them if that's the case. Because the thing is, what they're doing is you're paying for a certain amount for an account size, right? They're putting 5,000 into the account with high leverage. So when you put that into the account, you might as well just trade your own account. You open a personal account with high leverage, and you can make more money that way than trading with a specific company. Flynn said funding talent risk consistency is too strict. You can't change lot size dramatically. They don't want you to be a swing trader, scalper, and intraday. They want you to pick one. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mixed reviews for that specific company. So I'd probably have to read into it more, guys. I'm not really gonna do it myself. Maybe I'll do it one time and I'll show you guys how it works, how it works out. But I'm probably not gonna want to do it just for these specific reasons that everyone just discussed right now. Charles said, Shawn, do you close your US30 trades before market close with Ftmo? For the swap trade, Charles, I'm assuming that's what you're mentioning, right? So for the swap spread, I usually do close it unless I'm in the drawdown. So if I'm in heavy drawdown, then I'll just hang on to it because I'm not expecting a huge spike in price. That's why I have my lot size at a certain amount, so that if there is some slippage or if the price spikes a little bit, I'll be perfectly fine. But Most of the time I do like to close it before the spread if I can and profit. If not, then I'll hang on to it through to the swap spread. And I'll probably remove my stop loss. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Life Plus said just never look at US30. It makes you crazy if you're not a strong trader. So yeah, that's what I mean, guys. For US30, I'm not going to look at it because I know a lot of you guys don't have the trade psychology to understand that price is supposed to go up and down. You know, price goes up, price goes down. There's no way where price is always going to go straight up. There's no way price is going to go straight down. So there's no point in me analyzing a certain pair if we're still waiting for it to go in that certain direction. So Kiki, you should just be patient. Just be patient and wait for US30 to play out. I mean, you've been with us for a couple weeks now, so you know how we trade it. We don't make any changes. We don't second guess the trade. If we're in the trade, we're in the trade. You know, we're gonna ride that until the wheels fall off, basically. So we we pretty much just let it be for now. I'll definitely analyze it later, but right now there's really no point. It's only 10 o'clock. You know, people are barely going to lunch. When they come back, that's when you're going to see the volatility push, and prices either going to spike up or spike down. But currently, right now, there's really no point in really analyzing it at this point unless there's some sort of news that has come up, you know, indicating the direction of price. But I don't see anything here on CNBC. Even on the show, let's see. Well, the Dow is down right now. So this is the thing, guys. When the Dow is this down, people usually try to buy the dip. So we'll see how this plays out. But a lot of this drop right here. So I'll split up slightly. This drop right here is because of COVID, guys. So like, there's a lot of news right here saying that, you know, markets and businesses and stuff like that is going to close down. Also with, like, you know, the COVID relief stuff right here, this is all going to push price in one direction. But then at this point, price can always reject off any of these zones. It could reject from there. It could reject from there. There's been a lot of times where price gets really close to, you know, our stop loss, and then it ends up spiking up because a bunch of people try to buy the dip. So that's what I mean about, you know, just not being too focused on the specific pair, because this is going to move back and forth, guys. It's going to push up, it's going to push down, it's going to shoot right back up, it's going to come down. And if you don't have the trade psychology to watch this, then you should just not watch it, because the thing is, you're going to be scared and you're going to want to exit the trade and watch. As soon as you exit the trade for a loss, it's going to spike right back up and you're going to be like, damn, I should just listen to Shawn, because I've heard that, you know, countless times before. So I'm not too worried about it, guys. If you guys want to keep watching it, feel free, but I'm not going to watch it at all. I'm just going to let it play out, because we know our risk involved with it. You know, if we win or if we lose, I already know my risk has been calculated. So even if we lose today, we've had 5 back-to-back wins last week, and then we're probably going to have another win tomorrow. So it's just going to bounce back from that point. So yeah, guys, let me see if there's anything else here. John said, I have one rule. If I can't understand the rule on the first read, I walk away. Exactly. 100%, John. Flynn said, plus funding talent is Canadian. You can't trust. Oh man, Flynn, you're hilarious, dude. We have a couple Canadians in K2. that was a good laugh. Let's see. Kyle Hayes said, what trades did you just take? So Kyle, we took Euro odd. That's the only one that we took right now. So if you want to take that, it was sent in the premium. It'll probably get sent to the public group a little later. Let me see what I sent here. So I already sent Euro USD. So yeah, the other trade that we have is Euro odd right now, which is this one. And we're in it for a sell right there. So it did pull back a little bit. Like I said, the market's just moving a little funkier now, but we're still in that sell right there. And then we're just going to let things play out. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Kyle. So that's what we took. We took Euro odd right here. Price broke the structure. We had a sell momentum signal right here. So I'm anticipating this to push onto this structure and test this down here. So once it pushes down and tests this structure right here, you know, odds are price is either going to continue down further or it's going to reject back up. But at that point, we've already hit full TP. So that's your odd right there. It's what we just took. And we just have to wait because, guys, look, if you look at the market, everything is kind of pulling back a bit. So AU right here is pulling back. EU is pulling back. So these are temporary pullbacks, guys. I wouldn't be too worried about this stuff. You know, generally you have to work on your trade psychology. If you guys can't handle like these little pullbacks, this is only like, let me see, like for, was it E over here? It's a slight pullback, guys. It's only pulled back about like 10 pips or less than 10 pips. It's not really that much of a pullback, especially with your auto over here. Same right here. These are all like temporary pullbacks, guys. So I'm not too worried about these trades. Even US30 over here, you can see this nice rejection off the zone. This is why I don't bother looking at it, because you'll see price spike around back and forth. Like this rejection right here was nearly 300 pips, right? So the thing is, if you keep looking at it, you're just going to keep staying worried. But for me personally, I just take the trade, set my alerts, and then I let the trade pretty much go for the most part. But you can see everything here. So everything we were looking at, it's just retracing back a little bit. And that's actually a good sign, because it's indicating that that's like a temporary little pullback, and it's going to, you know, slingshot back in our direction eventually. So you just got to be patient with it and wait for it to run through. But yeah, Kyle, you know, sorry, going back to Euro odd, that's pretty much what I see right there. We did take a sell position right there, and we're anticipating it to come on down from that point. Let's see. Randall said US30 is playing with my emotions. I agree not to look at it. Yeah, exactly. Just don't look at it, guys, because like even by pulling it up right here, you see that nice rejection wick? That's a huge wick. So that's going to give some indication that it's probably going to, once we get a buy signal, it's going to shoot right on up. So not too worried about it right now. I'm going to let it be, and, you know, pretty much just let it run for the most part. Sierra said just added another position at the low. Yeah, no, definitely, Sierra. I was thinking about doing that myself as well, because you know, if we get that nice rejection off there and then we get a buy signal, it can literally skyrocket. So I might even take that on another account that I have, because I stopped trading on one of my accounts. I'm waiting for my payouts on one of my Ftmo accounts. So I'm waiting for that, and I'm not touching it right now, but I'm trading on my other Ftmo meanwhile. Mersbach said the pullback was more, now it's less, so we good. Yeah, definitely, I agree. Mersbach for US30. It's a nice rejection off that point. Kyle said no. He said NJ. So I don't know if you were on this, Kyle, for a while, but we analyzed this earlier. Reason why we didn't call it NJ is because the JPY pairs are going both ways. So some of them are bullish, like NJ over here, but looking at CAD-J right here, it's bearish, right? So there's no correlation with the JPY pairs. The JPY pairs aren't necessarily weak, because they're strong with other currencies. So the thing is, if there's no correlation there, you know, odds are it's probably not going to continue in that direction, guaranteed. You know, for me, I want to take trades that I know we're going to win. I'm not taking any risky trades. I'm not going off luck. You know, I'm going off pretty much, you know, skill of analyzing these trades, because the NZD pairs are correlating. They're all bullish, but the problem is NZD-JPY is only based on the NZD. It's not based off the JPY being weak. So you would want the JPY to be weak so that you can confirm that this is going to shoot on up. So you got to analyze it from all different perspectives. You can't just analyze it that you see a buy here and you're like, okay, it looks like a buy, so I'm gonna take a buy. You got to analyze it and look at the other JPYs, because the thing is, if the other JPYs are strong, so if you look at CAD-JPY over here and it's strong, sorry, TradingView is just running really slow. If you pull up CAD-JPY and it's strong right here, right? So this shows that the JPY is strong against Canadian dollar. And then you look at EJ, and the JPY is strong against the euro. And you look at GJ, the JPY is strong against the pound as well. So if you link all those together, these are all major currencies that it's strong against. So the JPY might be strong. The problem with that is if you take NJ right here, just because you think the NZD is strong and the JPY ends up gaining a ton of strength, it's going to spike down and it's going to stop you out. So that's why we didn't take NJ, because the direction of the JPY doesn't correlate across the board. If it did, then for sure I would take this trade and I would go full leverage on this thing, because I would almost know for sure that it would go to full TP. However, right now I'm like at a 50-50. I don't know for sure if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down. So that's why I didn't take this specific trade. So that's one thing that you should focus on. If you're going to take NJ, make sure that all of the NZD pairs are correlating and pushing upwards, because that's going to indicate that the NZD is strong. So the NZDs are strong. However, the JPYs aren't. So, I mean, they are on some, they aren't on some, on the others. So it's just a little risky for you to, you know, really focus on those specifically. So going back to US30 right here, what I tell you guys, swinging right back up. So just be patient, guys, and just don't look at it, because it's going to keep bouncing around until, you know, it finally decides a direction. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. So it's about 10:30. This is usually the time I get off. I've been on this webinar for about 4 hours already. So I'm going to get off for a bit, guys. I'm going to go to the gym, do something, answer all these emails, answer all these questions. You guys can see my messages here have filled up. I have about 20 messages to get through. I got about 40 emails to read through. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys took some value out of this. And, you know, just a reminder, if you guys aren't already subscribed to the YouTube, feel free to subscribe so that you guys can get notified whenever I go live, because I do go live all the time, like randomly. Sometimes I'll just go live and I'll go over strategies and I'll go over any theories that anybody has. And if you guys want to hop on that, you know, you guys are more than welcome. It's completely free. It's going to be here on YouTube. So if you guys are subscribed and you guys like this video, you guys will get emailed whenever I go live. So yeah, guys, hopefully our US30 swings up. It looks pretty good so far. It's about to go up right there. So once we get that buy signal, we can anticipate it to shoot up. I'll give you guys updates in the Telegram. But, you know, like I mentioned, I got a ton of questions I had to get through. So I got to focus on this stuff right now. Meanwhile, I'm going to go offline, probably hit the gym, get some lunch. And then I have a mentoring session today at 2. So like I mentioned, if you guys like the video and subscribe, you guys will get an email that I'm going live later today at 2 p.m., I believe. Probably going to be going live with Roman, I think, for a one-on-one mentorship. So Flint said someone from Funding Talent disliked this video. It's funny, dude. But yeah, guys, it was great, you know, trading with you guys today. It looks like all of our trades are starting to swing back in profit. So hopefully they all do. And then I'll probably catch you guys a little later. So once that happens, we can link up and hopefully our US30 hits TP in a bit. But yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to message Telegram. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the live tomorrow morning at 6 to 6:30 a.m. Yeah, guys, thanks for showing up and let's make this profit.